And, Clarissa's one of those that missed a couple of games this year, but has come on strong here at the end and been able to knock down some big shots for us and do some great things. Isabella Garrett, the junior, also been in that starting lineup all year long, and this young lady is she's probably the only young lady that we have on this basketball team that has much size to her. She's a little taller than the most of the team, and she's been able to get in there and rebound for us and play physical down low. And as we've talked about over and over and over this year, we do not have a lot of size on this Lady Cardinal basketball team. I would guess our probably average height is somewhere in the neighborhood of 5'3", if that. Even here in Hagerman, the Hagerman team looks to be larger as far as size and stature than these Lady Cardinals. But at the same time, what they don't have in size, they definitely have in heart. As I look through the rest of this roster here, we've also got Denise Rangel that started some games for us. She's a junior. Denise is a hustler. The things that she does for us really can't be measured most times on the stat sheet. She's just one of those kids that gets out there and hustles and does a lot of things for us, takes the ball to the basket, gets rebounds in transition and putbacks, that sort of thing. Kiara Parker, Kiki, she kind of came out of her shell last night and had a pretty dang good game up there against Loving because we had Isabella Garrett foul out and she spent a lot of the game in foul trouble, and so Isabella was able to get down in there Kiki was able to get down in there and pick up some big rebounds for the Lady Cardinals and do some good things for us. Kendra Caballero, we've mentioned her, the senior point guard. She's typically the one bringing the ball down the floor. She's up top on the defense. She does a lot of good things for us. We'll see how that ankle feels today. Maribel Lopez played some big minutes for the Lady Cardinals last night. And, she's kind of that pit bull on the team that we send down in there to turn loose on somebody and get aggressive and rough. Jasmine Martinez, I've been real high on this young lady since last year. She's a hustler. She's a scrapper. She makes things happen on the defensive end. You don't always see her numbers and stats, but at the end of the game, she was there. Didi Zamora didn't play much early in the season. I'm not sure exactly whether it was illness or what, but didn't see much of her. The last few games, she's played big minutes for the Lady Cardinals and done some good things. And then Ashley Castillo is there on that roster as well. She's a junior. She'll be back next year. And she's a banger down low. The only one that I left off of here, I believe, was Chloe Jones, the child of yours truly. And up until last night, Chloe was leading the team at almost 10 points per game. Now, understand, she played 2 games less than everybody else. Coming into last night, her and Miss Faith Hobbs were tied for overall points on the team. She had 2 less games. She was also leading the team coming into last night in steals and assist. I have not done last night's total stats, so I don't have the exact number. I know Faith Hobbs had a heck of a game last night, so I would guess she's now the overall scoring leader on the team, which would bump Chloe down to second spot in that. The Lady Cardinals coming into tonight have been struggling here lately. It's been a struggle the last few games. Teams that we beat early on in the season have come back to bite us here late in the season, and we're hoping that we can keep that from happening here in this Hagerman ball game. I got a message there from Mal, my sister-in-law back in Eunice, America, and she wants us to make sure we give a shout-out to Coach Gabe Gayton. Coach Gabe Gayton has been a Eunice Cardinal for many, many years, either as a student or as a teacher / coach educator here in the Eunice system. We've talked about it, I guess, unofficially for the last several weeks, if not months, the rumor mills that he was going to step down, and this week the school made it official that Coach Gayton is retiring and going to step away from sports and education. And I could be wrong, but I don't see him doing it forever, but who knows? I kind of look to him as someone like Mr. Gary Frazier, who's sitting down to the front of me here, who stepped away, went and worked in the oil field for a year or so, and then came back. The PERA, for the Public Education Retirement Group, they allow educators to step away, retire, and they have a certain amount of months that they have to be away from education, and then they can come back while drawing their retirement. And so a lot of these folks will step away when they're young, like Mr. Gaetan is. And don't tell him I said that, because I don't even think he's young. I think he's kind of old, so that'll be a good poke I can give him. But anyway, I would just find it highly unusual, I would say, if he steps away and stays away. I could see him being away for a year or so, jumping over and doing something in the oil industry or whatnot, and then coming back. And what that means is they'll have a new track coach this year, so we will have, opportunity to see what that brings to these Cardinals and Lady Cardinals on the track. So, with that said, I want to go over a few of the sponsors that have made this stuff possible for us all year long. Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker. My understanding is Brett is fishing, and that is just absolutely not fair. It's unacceptable, and to think that he's sitting on a lake somewhere with a fishing pole in his hand, probably slept in this morning. That's just unacceptable. But, Penny, she was at the game last night in Loving. Of course, we are here in Chaves County today, and Chaves County is yellow, so they are not allowing spectators. So this is an almost empty gym. In fact, it's crazy because we have a lot more people here on the Eunice side. There's absolutely not one person in this gym from Hagerman. Eunice brought their boys basketball team, and they've got some bookkeepers and bus drivers and all that kind of stuff. So we actually have a quarter of this gym probably filled up with Eunice people and players, and there's not one Hagerman boy in the gym. There's not any of their coaches. I mean, it is completely empty. The only noise in here is me, and luckily this stereo system up here, everybody in this building would be listening to me. Other sponsors that we've had all season long that have kept this thing going: Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, John Nogelmeyer, and all the staff down there at the Eunice Pump and Supply. I know that they typically listen to these games and often tell me what they hear on here. So Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Elmer Romero, Nikki Blevins, Brian Henning, Aaron Pascal, Yadi Frank, and all the staff down there at the Eunice Health Clinic. Thank you so much. The City of Eunice, I have Mayor Hobbs sitting over here not too far from me to my right. He's here to watch the game as well. Eunice Public Schools, Zia Otto, the Whitmire family, thank you for all you do. Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, and all the staff. And anyway, it looks like we are getting ready to get started here. We're going to have an early start here, as it looks. We've got about 3 minutes remaining here on my clock, which is my phone, and they are already walking out on the court to get started. So with that said, it looks like we're going to have an early start. We're going to get up and running, and I will do my best to keep up with all of this stuff as we get going. Once again, this is Jimmy Jones here in Hagerman, New Mexico, where the Hagerman Lady Bobcats are getting ready to start. Because of this COVID season, we're not doing the typical jump ball that we've done for so long. They just alternate possessions. They typically start by throwing the ball in, allowing the visitors to throw the ball in, and then we get started from there. So, as I mentioned earlier, Steve is no longer with us. He usually runs the board and does the play-by-play, and I'm just kind of responsible for trying to run a camera and do some color. Today I'll be doing it all, so bear with me. I hope to provide you with a good play-by-play. Ball's over to Arissa Frazier on the throw-in. She throws it into Bella Garrett. Bella Garrett has the ball stripped away from Hagerman, but the Lady Bobcats travel after the steal, so that'll give the ball back to the Lady Cardinals. 7:50 remaining here in the first. Faith Hobbs is going to inbound the ball. She throws the ball cross-court up to Caballero. Caballero throws it over to Patron. Patron over to Frazier. Frazier for three, and it is good. Arissa Frazier knocks down the first three of the game here, leads 3-0. Eunice comes out in a full court pressure here to start this game. Hagerman breaks the pressure, cross-court pass, top of the key. The shot is up, and it is no good. That ball's going to go out of bounds over to Coach Gaetan, who makes the save, but fortunately for the Lady Cardinals, it was already out of bounds. The ball will go over to the Lady Cardinals. They'll have the ball to inbounds. Clarissa Patron with the ball in her hands, takes the ball across the midline. Hobbs throws it in to Garrett. Garrett to Patron. Patron's shot is blocked. Garrett with the rebound, and we have a jump ball here. Jump ball will go over to Hagerman. Eunice up 3-0, 7:12 remaining in the first. Ball comes in, bounds on Hagerman's right sideline, coming from our left to right. Number 3 for Hagerman attacks the basket. The ball's off the rim and no good. Hagerman with the rebound. The shot back up is no good, and Kendra Caballero comes away with it. Arissa Frazier brings the ball across the timeline, kicks it up to Patron. Patron attacks the basket, and she is fouled by number 15, and I do not have a 15 on my roster that was loaded off of Max Preps for this Hagerman Bobcat basketball team. So there are multiple young ladies out here on the team whose numbers were not in Max Preps, so I may not have all their names. Patron will go to the line here, takes a couple dribbles. Her first shot is up and off the back of the rim. It is no good. Eunice leads here early 3-0. 6:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Patron will have another shot here. Her second shot is up, and it finds the bottom of the net. That makes it 4-0. 4-0 here early. Cardinals leading. Cardinals in their full court press. Hagerman passes the ball around a few times, breaks through the press, attacks the basket. Hobbs knocks the ball out of bounds for the Lady Cardinals, who lead 4-0. Hagerman to inbound it on the end line. They get it in at the top of the key. Over to the right, number 3 for Hagerman shoots the ball up, and it is no good. Kendra Caballero comes down with the rebound. She kicks it ahead to Patron on the fast break. Patron attacks the basket, and she is fouled driving to the basket. So Patron here will go to the line again. Coming into last night, Patron had not been to the free throw line one time all season. She has now been to the line twice here in the first minute and a half of this game. So good job there by Patron getting to the free throw line, drawing the foul. She'll go to the line. We have a timeout on the floor. Looks like Hagerman's going to take a timeout here, and Eunice and Hagerman will both go to the sideline to talk about it. While we have a minute, I'll make sure to mention those sponsors again. You know, we couldn't do it without you. Brett and Penny Parker, Parker Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Zia Auto, Cardinal Hardware. Thank you guys for all you do and for making this happen. We greatly appreciate you. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Coach Gaetan. I believe this is going to be his last basketball coaching gig, or at least for the current retirement, unless he decides to come back shortly. So 6:40 remaining here in the first. We're out of the timeout. Patron goes to the line, takes a couple dribbles. Her shot is up, and it is off the back of the rim, so it is no good. She'll have another one here in just a few seconds. They hand her the ball, takes a couple dribbles. The second shot is up, and it is off the front of the rim and no good. However, Hobbs gets in there and battles for that rebound and gets it tied up. So the possession error will go to the Lady Cardinals. They'll have the ball on the baseline. We've got a substitution here. Patron's coming out. Rangel goes in. Hobbs inbounding the ball. She's struggling to find a place to get it in. She gets it in up top to Frazier. Frazier swings it around to Hobbs. Hobbs attacks the basket off the dribble. Her shot's off the side of the backboard. Comes down in the hands of the Hagerman Bobcats, who are out and running. Hagerman attacks the basket. Their shot is up and no good. Young lady from Hagerman had the rebound, and Rangel steals it away from him. She kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier up to Garrett. Garrett over to Hobbs. Hobbs for 3. That ball's off the rim into the hands of the Bobcats, who are out running again. Eunice is able to stop that ball coming down the sidelines. Hagerman reverses it, and they're just going to ease it up the floor now. That ball's deflected by Caballero. Hagerman gets it back, kicks it out to the side. A 3 is up and no good. And then it looks like they're going to call a foul on Garrett here down low. It looked to me like they should have either called a block or a jump ball there, but they indicate that she's got her with the body and have called a foul. So Hagerman will go to the line here. And I have got, I'm hoping, a message here that will give me some of these names, because the names on Max Preps are not correct, and so there's a reason why I'm not saying the Hagerman young lady's name. She missed that first shot. Let's see here. Maybe that's number 25. It looked like a 15 to me. So 25 is going to be, I can't even, I'm not sure what that says, what that name says. Her second shot is up and no good. Hobbs is going to grab the rebound, and she's attacking off the dribble down the right side. She kicks it over to Chloe Jones. Chloe Jones' shot is up and good, so Chloe Jones comes into the game, takes it down the floor, and scores on her first touch. 5:30 remaining here in the first. Eunice with the full court pressure. The ball is thrown out of bounds. 5:33 remaining here in the first. Eunice up 6-0. They are in the full court press here. The ball goes out of bounds. It's still going to be Hagerman ball. Eunice is up, putting pressure on the basketball. Hagerman struggling to get it in. They throw it down long to the post. The post kicks it back out, and they're going to set up their offense here. Eunice putting some pressure on the basketball. Faith Hobbs all over the ball. Chloe Jones now transitions over to the ball handler. Out to Rangel's on the ball handler now. Number 23 attacks the basket at the free throw line. Her shot is up and no good. Hobbs has the rebound. Hobbs puts the ball on the floor and immediately starts to attack. She's dribbling through traffic, and she loses control of the ball, and the ball is tied up at the free throw line. So with that ball being tied up, the possession error is going to go over to the Bobcats. So Eunice is set up in their full court press again here. Hagerman inbounds the ball. We're going to have a foul there on Chloe Jones. She got her with the body. So 5 minutes remain here in the first. It's been a long 2 minutes so far. Hagerman will have the ball again on the baseline. Hagerman struggling to get it in. Chloe Jones knocks the ball away. Rangel comes up with it in transition. She kicks it out to Frazier. Frazier drops it in from the free throw line. Eunice now up 8-0. Hagerman still struggling with the full court pressure of the Cardinals. Faith Hobbs comes up and fouls the ball handler coming across midcourt. At one of these breaks, I'm going to try to get some of these names correct and the pronunciation right, because like I said, the list that I had is a little different. I believe April Nassis is the ball handler, number 25, that I was trying to get earlier that we were saying was 15. But Hagerman inbounds the ball. They have it up the top of the key. Pressure from the Lady Cardinals here. Rangel's pressure in the basketball. Chloe Jones reach in and is able to tie up the basketball. So Chloe Jones ties up the ball. I believe that ball will go over to the Lady Cardinals. Hagerman's going to have a substitution. Number 3, Natalie Gomez, comes into the game for Hagerman. Eunice is going to inbounds the ball. Faith Hobbs throws it over to Chloe Jones. Chloe Jones dribbles the ball up to the timeline. Now we're setting up the offense. Chloe starts to attack on the dribble. She kicks it out to Hobbs at the top of the key. Hobbs puts it on the floor and attacks. Her shot is up and no good. No, it rattles in. It does go in. That's 10-0 in favor of Eunice. Eunice with the steal off the pressure there. Kiki Parker with the steal. She immediately turns it back over to the Bobcats. Bobcats bring the ball into their side of the court. Put the ball on the floor, attack the midline. She kicks it out to number 2. Number 2 over to 23, who attacks at the free throw line. Her shot is deflected by Parker. Rangel picks it up, runs the other way, and gets a run-out layup at the other end. Eunice now up 12-0. Ball there was deflected by Jones and Frazier. Ball goes out of bounds. Jones, I'm not sure if she thought somebody else had touched it, but she just watched it go. And unfortunately for the Lady Cardinals, she should have picked that one up and went back the other way. It'll be Hagerman's ball at the old 28-foot mark. They've got about 3/4 the length of the court to go. They are in their full court pressure here. They get it back to number 3, Gomez, who attacks through the middle, and Rangel deflects it out of bounds. So Hagerman will have the ball on the baseline. Hagerman to inbound the ball here. The ball is inbounded up. Number 3, Gomez has it. Martinez on her. The shot from number 1, Villa, is up and no good. Parker has the rebound over to Rangel. Rangel attacks the basket on the drive. Her shot is up and no good. It is deflected out of bounds, and it is going to be Hagerman Bobcat ball. So Hagerman will inbound the ball drive the length of the court. Rangel and Jones trap the ball. Rangel gets a steal. She dribbles. She picks it up, did a spin move. Kind of looked like something you see on ice skating. Spun around, and then she started dribbling again, so they called her for double dribble. 3:15 remaining here in the first. Eunice up 12-0. And once again, for those of you at home, I'm doing the camera, the score, the board, and everything, so if I'm a little behind on a few things, you'll understand why. Chloe Jones steals the inbounds play, the inbounds pass. She steals it, runs all the way to the other end, attacks, and picks up a layup. 2 more points for Jones. It's 14-0, 3 minutes to go here in the game. Hagerman driving against the full court press. Maribel Lopez deflects that pass, but Gomez is able to pick it up. She finds the open person under the basket, but she couldn't control it. So Maribel Lopez had another steal, but then she also used that same ballerina, what do they call it, pirouette move that Rangel used earlier, where she spun around without dribbling. That's a travel, so the ball goes back over to the Bobcats. Bobcats have the ball on the side. They're throwing it in. It's deflected by Rangel, and number 1, Villa, touches the ball while her feet are still out of bounds, so that'll give the ball over to the Lady Cardinals. Eunice will be throwing the ball in at the old 28-foot mark, headed the other way. Up 14-0, 2:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Rangel kicks it over to Maribel Lopez. Maribel Lopez almost throws it away, but Rangel gets it back. Now it's back over to Lopez. Lopez throws it away into the center of the defense of the Bobcats. Hagerman now has the ball, attacking there. They cross midline. Swinging it from my left to right. Looked like a travel there at the top of the key, but it was not called. Number 23 attacks with her patented move, which is to drive right over the top of the key and then attack the free throw line. She gets fouled. Number 5, that'll be Kiki Parker picking up the foul there. That looks like number 3, Gonzalez, will be going to the line for the Lady Bobcats. She dribbles it around. Her first shot is up and off the front of the rim. It is no good. We are going to have mass substitutions here for the Lady Cardinals. All 5 young ladies will come off the floor. We'll have 5 new ones out there. Garrett, Hobbs, Frazier, Patron, and Caballero will take the court now for the Lady Cardinals. Her second shot is up and it is good, and that is Hagerman Bobcats' first points of the game. That makes it 14-1. Hagerman now showing some full court pressure of their own. Caballero swings it over to Patron. Patron shots up off the front of the rim, no good. Garrett with the rebound and the putback, and it is no good, and now Hagerman comes down with that rebound. Hagerman pushing the ball across the timeline. Number 3, Gomez attacks, gets stopped, so she kicks it out. Number 5, Olivas for 3. It is no good, but she gets her own rebound all the way out at the top of the key. She kicks it over to number 23, Gonzalez, who knocks down a three-pointer. And this Bobcat team has now woke up, and they've scored 4 straight points. Hobbs trying to dribble the ball at the top of the key. She has it stolen away by Gomez. Gomez takes the ball the length of the court before traveling at the basket. So that'll turn the ball back over to the, they called that travel on Patron from Eunice as she took the ball. So that'll give the ball back over to the Lady Bobcats. Lady Bobcats shoot the ball up. It is no good. It's deflected out of bounds. And now the ball will go over to the Lady Cardinals. Hagerman showing some full court pressure here. They got Hobbs playing the point guard position. She's bringing it up. We have a reaching foul there against the Bobcats. That'll send the ball over to the baseline here. Cardinals will have the ball under their basket. Faith Hobbs will be throwing the ball in. They kick it up to Frazier. Frazier at the top of the key takes the dribble and she throws it away. Hagerman with the steal here, driving the length of the basket, number 3. That is Gomez. She takes it all the way and is fouled by Frazier as she attacks the basket. So that'll send Hagerman to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. Hagerman has scored the last 4 points here They're on a 4-0 run over the last minute and a half of clock play. Gomez now at the line to shoot a pair. Her first shot is up and good. It's now 14-5. 14-5 in favor. 14-5 in favor of Eunice here. There's a discussion going on about who the foul was called on, but it's 14-5. There's under 1 minute to play here in the quarter. Number 3, Gomez, is at the line. She takes a couple dribbles. Her shot is up, and it is good, so she makes them both. That makes it 6-14 in favor of Eunice. Hobbs brings the ball down the floor for the Cardinals. Hagerman in their full court pressure. That ball's deflected out of bounds. It's going to be back over to the Cardinals. Gomez putting a lot of pressure on Hobbs up top, and she's struggling with that pressure at the top, trying to play the point guard position. 51 seconds remain here in the quarter. Now we've got Frazier up top handling the ball. She kicks it over to Caballero, who's usually the point guard. Over to Frazier in the corner. Frazier to Hobbs. Hobbs' shot is up, and it is no good. There's a scramble for the rebound. Hagerman came up with the ball, and then Hobbs reaches over the back and grabs it, so they're going to call her for the foul. That's going to give the ball back over to the Lady Bobcats. 35 seconds remain here in the quarter, 6-14. Eunice in the full court press here. They put some pressure on the basketball. They had her trapped. Patron and Hobbs had the ball handler. Gomez trapped over in the corner, and Hagerman has called a timeout. 34 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Eunice leads 6-14. In the last minute and a half, Hagerman is on a 6-0 run. So in the last minute and a half of clock time, Hagerman is on a 6-0 run. They've scored all 6 of their points in the last minute and a half. So we made that substitution earlier with the 5 in, 5 out, and as soon as we made that, we are on a, like I said, a 6-0 run here. So coming out of the timeout, Hagerman will have the ball. Eunice got the same 5 in. They're in a full court pressure here. And the ball's deflected out of bounds. They're going to give the ball back to Hagerman. So Hagerman with the ball on the sideline. Number 23, Gonzalez, throws it in. She kicks it over to Gomez. Gomez attacks the top of the key, but she travels before she puts the ball on the floor. So with 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter, Eunice will get the ball back after the turnover by Gonzalez. So Eunice inbounds the ball. They've got about 3/4 of the court to attack. Kendra Caballero, who has been really favoring that ankle, I think that's why she hadn't been playing the point today. She throws it into Ashley Castillo, who takes the ball and shoots it up. It is no good. It bounces off the rim, and Faith Hobbs fouls the rebounder. So it's 6-14. 14 seconds remain here in the quarter, and we've already had 7 fouls in this quarter, so we are already in the bonus, and we're not even through the first quarter yet. That is one thing about this Lady Cardinal team all season long. If you look at it, we have a lot of fouls every game. We spend a lot of time in the bonus. First shot is up and no good, but the Bobcats have the rebound. The second shot is up and no good, and Patron comes down with the rebound. She kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier tries to throw it ahead to Jones, and that ball, Jones couldn't get up to it, and the ball goes out of bounds. So with 4 seconds remaining here in the quarter, Eunice leads 6-14. And Hagerman inbounds the ball. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. The clock is going to run out, and Hagerman did not get a shot off. So at the end of 1, it's 6-14, and once again, Eunice led 14-0 at one point, and then we had a 6-0 run there the last minute and a half or so of that quarter. Let me jump over here really quick and make sure I've got the score updated. Yeah, I do. 6-14. I'll update the quarter. I've got Jorge Ontiveros here. He's decided that he thinks he's going to be a radio host or star or something. He thinks that he needs some airtime. He wants to say something, so I'm going to let him come around over here, and we'll put the headset on him and make sure that he keeps it G-rated. He likes telling people that he's number whatever he is on the court and what number he is in their heart. So I'm going to turn his mic on, hoping it sounds all right. Can you hear me over there, Jorge?
Not right now.
You can't hear me at all? You've had a heck of a season this season, so I figured because you've had such a good season, I'll make sure and give you some airtime if you're hearing it. Are you hearing anything there?
I can hear it now.
All right, so we've got Jorge here on the air. He's sitting beside me. The young man has had one heck of a basketball season. I've always thought of him more as a baseball player, but this year he's come out of his shell, and he's been the leader on this Cardinal basketball team all year. How you feeling about your year this year, Jorge?
I think we had a pretty good season. It's a rebuild. I think so. We just got to keep grinding, keep working hard, never losing focus, and we'll try to beat them tonight, I guess.
All right. Well, before you get off of here, you got to give me your spiel. What's that spiel that you always see? I see it on all your videos from the school and whatnot.
I'm number 13 on the court, but number 1 in your heart.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like to hear his spiel. He's number 13 on the court. He's number 1 in our hearts, and he's been the top scorer on this Cardinal basketball team most of the year. While we were visiting with him, Chloe Jones attacked the basket. She got fouled. She goes to the free throw line. She knocks down her first free throw. Eunice now leads 6-15 with Jones at the line for another. I'm going to keep Jorge Ontiveros here for just a couple of seconds to make sure that we get a good feel of him and how he's thinking today's game is going to go while Jones knocks down that second free throw. Jorge, what do you think about today's game?
I think that if we come out strong, we come out focused, we could come out with a win tonight.
All right. I agree with you. I think you're right. In the meantime, while we were talking, Hagerman comes down, knocks a shot down to make it 8-16. Jones went into Kiki Parker. Kiki turns, puts a little drive step on him, and the ball is deflected out of bounds. So Eunice looks like we'll have it on the baseline. Jorge, you got anything else to add?
No, not really. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're here. We look forward to having you on the show or on the air today, but we look forward even more to seeing you out there on the basketball court today. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon, Jorge.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And one more thing. I love you, Mom.
There you go. Shout out to Mom. All right, so we had Jorge Ontiveros here. We let him get a couple of minutes on the air. He's pretty happy with that. Chloe Jones now goes back to the line. She knocks down another free throw to make it 8-17 in favor of the Cardinals. She'll have one more. 7:33 remaining here in the second quarter. Jones's second free throw is up and in, and so she's 4 for 4 from the line today. She's had a pretty good free throw shooting day after a rough one yesterday. Hagerman instantly gets the ball in, attacks all the way to the other end, and they get it up and in. So back bucket there for Hagerman. Number 32, Diaz with that bucket. Eunice quickly brings the ball back to the other end. 7:17 remaining. Chloe Jones throws up, I'm not sure what that was, but it didn't go in. And it's now 10-18. Hagerman is trying to hang around and keep this ball game close. 7:08 remaining in the half. Eunice leads 10-18. Hagerman will have the ball on the sideline. We got a young lady there tying her shoe. Hagerman's going to throw the ball across the court. Chloe Jones almost has a steal. She's got to get back in the game, though. Number 2, Alvidrez kicks the ball out. Rangel comes down with the steal. She kicks it ahead to Jones. Jones with the shot, and it is no good. Number 2, Alvidrez, instantly picks up the ball and starts to attack the other end, and she is fouled by Kiki Parker. So 6:54 remain here in the second quarter, or first half. We've got 2 fouls now on Kiki Parker. Because Hagerman is in the bonus, Eunice now with 8 team fouls. Then Hagerman's Alvidrez is going to go to the line here to shoot 1-and-1. She knocks down the first one. So that makes it 11-18. She airballs the second one. It doesn't touch anything but maybe a tip of the net. Ball goes out of bounds. Hagerman up to full court press. Jones has the ball. She's going to drive it down the middle. Ball is deflected away from her, off her foot, over to Parker. Parker kicks it out to Rangel, who shoots a 3. It's no good. Frazier with the rebound. She kicks it over to Patron. Patron back to Frazier. Frazier into Parker. Parker turns to go up, and she is fouled. So I'm not sure if they're going to call that on the shot. Yes, they did. They called that on the shot. So Kiki Parker with a good baseline move right there from the post. Number 5, Parker, daughter of our sponsors, Brett and Penny Parker and Parker Energy Services. Thank you guys for all that you do. She goes to the line, and her first free throw, brought to you by Parker Energy Services, is off the back of the rim. For all your oil field service needs, Kiki Parker and the Parker family have got you. They will knock it down under pressure this time because that's how they operate out there in the southeastern New Mexico oil field. So here goes Kiki back to the line. Her shot is up. I told you it is good. That's how Parker Energy operates, just like Parker on the court. Her shot is up and good. So we have a foul now called on the Lady Cardinals. So that's called on Frazier. So that's now 2 fouls on Frazier. We are at 9 fouls now for the Eunice Cardinals. It's 11-19, 6:32 remaining in the half. The Lady Bobcats are going to go to the line. Her free throw is off the front of the rim. It is no good. Parker deflects it over to Jones. Jones, long cross-court pass over to Patron. Patron with the shot in the lane is blocked. Hagerman told her to get that shot out of here. They instantly attacked Jones with the steal on the other end. And now she is fouled. And that is, they are in the bonus, so Jones will go to the free throw line again to shoot 1-and-1 here. 11-19, 6:13 remaining in the half. And Chloe Jones takes the walk down to the other end. See if she can continue shooting. Yeah, absolutely. So Chloe Jones takes a couple dribbles. She spins it up. Her first shot is up, and it is no good off the front of the rim, so she misses. She must not have been using Parker Energy Services for her shooting services. Hagerman quickly attacks the other end. Their shot is up and no good. It's deflected out of bounds by number 13, Chacon. So Eunice now has the basketball. They kick it over to Frazier. Frazier to Rangel. Rangel to Parker. Parker's shot is up, and it rattles all the way around it, but then comes out. The Bobcats quickly get the ball, throw it in, and race down the floor, but the ball goes out of bounds. So be Eunice ball. Chloe Jones has it in her hand. She kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier back to Jones. Jones over to Rangel. They are across the timeline. Rangel attacks. Her shot is up. A little floater one-handed, and it is good. That makes it 21-11. Rangel almost had a steal there, but the ball goes out of bounds. It will be back over to the Lady Bobcats. They trail here 11-21. Eunice is in the lead, has been in control. 5:29 remaining here in the half. Hagerman will have the ball on the sideline. They slap the ball. Here comes the ball inbounds. Hagerman driving the ball up the floor. Hagerman able to get through the pressure. Now number 3, Gomez has the ball near the top of the key. She crosses Patron over, attacks the basket. Her shot is no good. Rangel comes down with the rebound, and she is off to the races, headed the other direction. She loses the ball down in the paint, but she kicks it back out to Patron. Patron's shot is up and no good, and they're going to call Frazier for an over-the-back call. That was a ghost call there. That was not a good call at all. The referee that called it was on the far side of the court, and he's saying that she got her with the body, but the referee that was standing 5 foot from him didn't make the call. The referee that was on the far corner did. I can't agree with that call, but anyway, 5 minutes remaining here in the half. Eunice up by 10, 11-21. Hagerman going to the line to shoot free throws. Her first shot is up, and it is no good. I believe that's Via for Hagerman. She's at the line. She'll get to shoot one more because Eunice is now at the 10 foul limit, so it's the double bonus. Her second shot is up, and it is good. So that cuts the Eunice lead to 9. No. Yeah, it should be 9. There they go. They fixed it up there on the board. So Eunice will now inbound the ball. Hagerman's up in the full court press. Chloe Jones takes the ball. She gets around one defender. Now she's going to attack past the other defender, and she gets fouled. So she'll go to the free throw line again. Now the foul count is up to 9 and 10, so 9 fouls on the Bobcats, 10 on the Lady Cardinals. There have been a ton of fouls called already. We are halfway through, or we're not even halfway through the second quarter. Jones will go back to the free throw line. Eunice with a 12-21 lead. Jones's first shot is up and good, and that shot was brought to you by the Eunice Pump and Supply. Becky Nogelmeyer, she knows how to deliver, and so she gave Jones a little inspiration there. Her shot was up and good. Jones misses the second one, so that one must not have been brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply. Jones and Parker able to trap the ball over in the corner, and the young lady from Hagerman travels. So that's a turnover on the Bobcats. Eunice will get the ball back, 12-22, 4:50 remaining in the half. Caballero back in the game. Jones to Caballero, back to Jones, inside to Garrett. Garrett drives in, kicks it out to Caballero, whose shot was up and no good. Kiki Parker with the rebound, and her putback was blocked from behind. So that'll give the ball to the Lady Cardinals on the baseline. Hagerman making some substitutions. Gonzalez comes out to the bench. Kiki Parker with the ball on the inbounds. Her shot is up and it draws nothing but some air. 4:30 remaining here in the half. 12-22. Chloe Jones putting pressure on the basketball. Number 13, Chacon kicks it ahead to number 3, Gomez. Gomez attacks the basket. She kicks it out over to Villa. Villa's three is up and no good. Caballero comes down with the rebound in traffic. She kicks it over to Jones. Jones now dribbles up through the middle, crosses the timeline, kicks it ahead to Jasmine Martinez. Martinez with a runner, and it is off the back of the rim, but she is fouled. So she will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. 4:06 remaining here in the half, 12-22. Jasmine Martinez, the hustler all season long, goes to the free throw line. Her first shot is up and off the front of the rim. She'll have another. She was fouled on the shot, so she gets 2. And we're in the double bonus, so we're shooting 2 anyway. Her second shot is up, and it touches nothing but the bottom of the net, but they have called a lane violation on somebody. I'm thinking the lane violation was on Martinez. So Hagerman has the ball. Eunice is back up in the press again. The ball is Jones and Caballero trap the basketball, and Hagerman dribbles it out of bounds. So Eunice will get the ball back right here at midcourt. Caballero going to inbound the ball. 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 22-12, Eunice in control. Jones with the ball at the top of the key. She kicks it over to Caballero. Caballero to Martinez. Martinez with the dribble, and the shot is up and off the glass, and it is in. That's a three-pointer, so that makes it 24-12. Hagerman quickly gets the ball back in, kicks it up the floor. Their shot is no good. And I had a camera mishap there, so I'm trying to tighten some screws here on the camera. Eunice grabbed the rebound and was fouled. Hagerman's going to have a sub coming in here. See if I can get my camera twisted back at the right angle. 3:49 remaining here in the half, 12-24. Caballero goes to the free throw line. Her first shot is up and no good. Number 32, Michaela Diaz, will come in for the Bobcats. Number 13, Chacon, goes to the bench to get some instruction from the coach. Caballero's second shot is up and good. That makes it 25-12. We're going to have a substitution here. Rangel goes in. Jasmine Martinez comes over to the side for a break. Hagerman will inbounds the ball. Caballero with the steal. She steals the ball, attacks the basket off the dribble. Her shot is no good. And we have a tie ball there between Rangel and the Lady Bobcats. So that's going to give the ball to the Cardinals on the baseline. They'll inbounds the ball. Caballero to throw the ball in. And the pass was long and over the head of Jones, and it goes out of bounds. That's going to be a turnover on the Cardinals. 3:42 remaining. Eunice has been at. Hagerman gets the ball inbounds. Chloe Jones guarding the ball. They kick it ahead to 32, Diaz. Diaz out here to Gomez. Gomez's three is up and no good. The ball's deflected out of bounds by Hagerman, so that'll turn the ball back over to the Cardinals. Jones is going to bring the ball up the floor. She kicks it over to Rangel. Rangel into Garrett. Garrett over to Rangel. Rangel's shot is up and good. Hagerman now attacking on the offensive end. Here they come dribbling down the floor. Garrett thought with the steal. Jones comes up with it. Jones in transitions attacking the basket. She pulls up to shoot a little floater off the glass, and it is in. That makes it 29-12. 2:55 remaining in the half. Hagerman now attacking the basket. They get trapped. They kick it back out to number 2, Alvidrez. Alvidrez with Rangel on her. Chloe Jones now on number 1, Villa. Villa's shot from the free throw line is up and no good. Caballero comes down with the rebound near the free throw line, and she attacks, and she is fouled on the run, so now she'll go to the free throw line to shoot some free throws. We've got Maribel Lopez sitting at the scorer's table, ready to come in for someone. 2:32 remaining here in the half, long half. 12-29. Kendra Caballero goes to the free throw line. Her first shot is up and no good. It's off the back of the iron. This next free throw has got to be brought to you by, let's say, Eunice Health Clinic, because they deliver. So Kendra Caballero will probably deliver if the Eunice Health Clinic is sponsoring this free throw. It's up, and it is good. So that means that Eunice Health Clinic came through and delivered here today. 2:32 remaining. They brought you that free throw. It's now 12-30. Patron with the steal, but then she throws it away. Hagerman now with the basketball. They're caught behind the midline. Jasmine Martinez now pressuring the basketball. And they had the longest 10 seconds in history. They got it across. They kick it up to Alvidrez. Alvidrez buries a long two-pointer there to make it 14-30. Jones quickly gets the ball in. She attacks the basket on the dribble. Her shot is up and no good. It's deflected out of bounds by Hagerman. It'll be Eunice ball. 2 minutes, 1 second remain here in the half. 14-30. Maribel Lopez throws it into Patron. Patron's shot is up. It is no good. Ball is kicked out. Jones comes down with it after a few people tapped it. Martinez kicked it across. Jones to Patron. Patron to Martinez. Martinez's shot is up, and it is no good. Jones comes down with the rebound. She puts up a three that is no good. Bunch of bodies on the floor. Alvidrez comes up with it. She throws it up at the other end for Hagerman, and it goes out of bounds. It doesn't touch anything. So with 1:31 remaining here in the half, Eunice has the basketball. They're going to be taking it the length of the floor. They lead 14-30. Jones crosses the midline. She kicks it into Castillo. Castillo didn't want it. She was like, hey, I don't want it. The ball ends up on the floor. Lopez picks it up, and she chunks up a three from the top of the key. Hagerman ends up with the rebound, and here they come on the attack now. Alvidrez with a three. It is up, and it is no good. Hagerman comes down with the rebound. They kick it back out to Alvidrez. Alvidrez again with another shot. Her shot, the next one, is not good. Villa comes down with the rebound. Her three is up, and it is no good. We end up with another rebound for Hagerman. They kick it out to Gomez. Gomez on the dribble drive. Her shot is up. It is no good. Maribel Lopez comes down with the rebound. Out to Patron. Patron now attacks. 34 seconds remaining here in the half. And Patron on the dribble drive is fouled, so she's going to go to the free throw line and shoot. Once again, I believe after my stats yesterday, she had not been to the free throw line one time all year, and she's already been at least 3 times here today. 30 seconds remain here in the half. It's 14-30. Clarissa Patron will go to the line. This free throw is brought to you by the city of Eunice. They typically deliver. Let's see if they do here. That ball bounces around, and it does not go in. So the city of Eunice does not deliver here for us today. We'll see who can sponsor this next free throw. Let's try Cardinal Hardware. They deliver. They've delivered some stuff to my house before. So let's see if they deliver right here. Shot is up, and it is no good. But we get a rebound there by Ashley Castillo. Number 15, 45, Ashley Castillo, with a great rebound and a putback. She is fouled, and she is delivering. So she'll go back to the free throw line. 29 seconds remain here in the half. Ashley Castillo with probably her first trip to the free throw line of the year. She dribbles it around. First shot is up. Ooh, and it does everything but go in. So it rattles out of there, 14-30. She's going to get another one. She dribbles it around, spins it in her hands a couple times. Shot is up, and it is no good. Chloe Jones races out there and gets the rebound. She crosses people up, shoots up a three. It is no good. Castillo with the rebound to put back. Her shot is no good. And Jasmine Martinez with a great hustle play gets a rebound, a put back. It didn't go in, but she's going to go to the line. Under 20 seconds remain here in this extremely long half. Jasmine Martinez will go back to the line. Number 11, Stewart, comes to the scorer's table for the Bobcats. Martinez at the line. Her first shot is up, and it is no good. This next free throw will be brought to you by Zia Auto. They have been known to deliver, so let's see if they do. It is off the front of the rim, but Castillo in there battling again, and now Jones with another rebound. She's going to go out and shoot a three, and it is no good, and they're going to call her for a reach-in foul there. So with under 10 seconds remaining, Jones with the reach. That's going to send Hagerman to the free throw line. They're in the double bonus, so they'll get 2 free throws out of this. Eunice. So that makes it 15-30. The Cardinals are doubled up right now on the Lady Bobcats. Patron waiting at half court, seeing if they can get one more shot here. Her second free throw is up and good. That makes it 16-30. Chloe Jones grabs it, takes it, dribbling up the middle. She kicks it over to, she kicks it over to Castillo, who finishes. Jones with the assist, and Castillo with the nice finish there in traffic. So really, really nice execution there the last few seconds. They've got 10 minutes on the clock for halftime here. The boys will come out and do a little warming up, and we will get ready to go here pretty soon. I am going to play with our little box that plays the commercials. I haven't ever done that, so I'm going to mess with it a little bit. I will be back here in just a couple of minutes on the line. I'm going to play with the with our little box here that does the advertisement. So give me one moment. I'll be right back on the line. I'm going to point the camera up there toward the scoreboard, and I'll be back on the line shortly.
Hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home.
Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community and they're proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Years and is excited to continue their services. Operated since 2006, their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals. Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to wonderful Hagerman, New Mexico, the community of the best smell in the land of enchantment, because, man, it always smells good around here. Also home of the alfalfa relays track meet that they've been having down here for years. We've got just over 3 minutes remaining here in halftime. Eunice is up here at the half, 16-32. Wanted to go over some stats for you here so far. For the Hagerman Lady Bobcats, Natalie Alvidrez has 5. That's number 2. Number 23, Shalia Gonzalez, has 4 points for Hagerman. The rest of most of the points are just scattered out amongst free throws because there was a lot of fouls there in that first half. For your Eunice Lady Cardinals, Denise Rangel has 6. Clarissa Patron picked up 1. Arissa Frazier with 2, Faith Hobbs with 5, Kira Parker with 1. Chloe Jones has doubled up now. She's got 11 points there in the first half. Kendra Caballero has 2, Jasmine Martinez with 2, and Ashley Castillo got on the board there at the end for the Lady Cardinals with 2. Some foul trouble that the Lady Cardinals have. I mean, almost everybody on our team has at least 1 foul. There was a lot of fouls there in that first half. Arissa Frazier and Faith Hobbs, the 2 seniors, in their last games of the season, both of those young ladies have 3 fouls here at halftime. Chloe Jones also has 2. So anyway, a little bit of foul trouble here for the Cardinals. Hagerman has been able to stay in this game for a couple of reasons. Number 1, the free throws. They've been able to go shoot a lot of free throws. And number 2, careless turnovers for the Lady Cardinals. We've kind of had that problem all year long. It's been our Achilles heel. Even in the games that we've won big, we've still been averaging about 30 turnovers a game, which is a lot of turnovers. I mean, you know, a typical basketball game, I would guess, probably averages somewhere in the neighborhood of 10. You know, on your typical team. So 30 is a lot of turnovers. And so I would guess that half, I've been guessing throughout the season, and I've usually been pretty close, but I would guess that half we had at least 15. And so even though we're up 16-32 here at the halftime, turnovers, we've got to limit those turnovers. Once again, a shout out to Coach Gabe Gaetan, standing on the sideline with his red Cardinal polo on for what could be the last time. Definitely going to be the last time in the short term, as he is planning to retire at the end of this year. They have made that official and announced that this week. His assistant is Misty Heiner. She's down there with him. We have absolutely no idea what that means for the future of Lady Cardinal basketball. I can tell you, as a parent, as a basketball fan, it would be interesting to see the Lady Cardinals do something different than has ever been done, at least in the last 20 years. It would be neat to see them put a committee together of community members and attack that position as they have done with football in the past, where they put a committee together, get as many good applicants as possible, and then let the committee and people from the school make a determination as to what they think would be best moving forward with this Lady Cardinal basketball program. I can tell you there is an 8th grade class that is just an amazing class of basketball, maybe the best class of basketball since maybe the 2018 graduating class, which included Jada Jones, Ide Frazier, Araya Mendoza, Citlali Ontiveros, and others. I mean, that group right there was a salty group. This 8th grade class to me is comparable. And so we get ready to start the second half here. Hagerman's going to throw the ball in. They throw it in at half court. And here we go to start the second half. Hagerman's first shot from 3 is up and no good. They get their own rebound, attack the basket. They get another rebound after a miss and another rebound after a miss. Now Isabella Garrett comes down with it, but she throws it away. Hagerman's Gomez up with the shot, and it is no good. And now we have a tie-up down under the basket. So that'll turn the ball back over to the Lady Cardinals. They will inbounds the ball to attack the length of the basket. Number 25, Nassis comes over to take a break, and number 23, Gonzalez, gets back out on the floor. Patron brings the ball down the floor past the half court. She kicks it over to Caballero to Hobbs into Isabella Garrett. Garrett with a nice post move and finish there. It's a nice post move and finish there by Isabella Garrett down low. Hagerman quickly brings the ball back the other way. In transition, Gomez throws up a runner, and it goes off the glass and goes in. So it's now 18-34. 18-34. Caballero brings it across. She kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier throws it down low to Patron, who loses it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Lady Cardinals. We are on track for that 30 number that we've been magically getting every game, even in a win here. Hagerman attacks the basket. Gomez crosses over between two people. She kicks it outside. A three-pointer is up for Hagerman, and it is no good. It touches nothing but air. So the score is 16-34, under 7 minutes to go here in the third. Patron brings the ball up to half court. She throws it ahead to Frazier. Frazier with a pump fake and a dribble drive attack. She is fouled. Her shot is up and no good, but she will go to the free throw line here. So 6:41 remaining. I don't think the clock ran that last possession. 6:41 remaining here in the third quarter. Frazier goes to the line to shoot a pair. She dribbles it. Her first shot is up, and it is good. That free throw was brought to you by Eunice Public Schools. They deliver, and Frazier delivered on that free throw. So 6:40 run remaining in the third, 18-35. Frazier will have another. Let's see if the Public Schools can deliver, and they do not on this one. But Faith Hobbs gets a good rebound. Faith Hobbs with the rebound. Her putback is no good, but she is fouled by number 13, Chacon. So Chacon picks up the foul down low. Hobbs will go to the free throw line. 6:20 remaining here in the third. Hobbs' first free throw is up, and it is off the back of the iron and no good. She will have an opportunity to shoot another one. Number 25, Nassis, comes into the game. Hobbs' second free throw is up, and it is good. So she knocks that one down. they put the free throw on the wrong side, at least for my scorekeeping here. Isabella Garrett picks up a steal there out on the wing. She takes it coast to coast, but then she kicks it back out to Caballero. Caballero dribbles it around the left wing. She kicks it over to Hobbs. Hobbs' shot is up, and it is no good. Hagerman with the rebound. They dribble drive in transition. Their shot is up and no good. Patron comes down with the rebound, and she gets whacked across the face. So Patron took a shot across the bow there. No call on the shot across the bow. Hobbs with the basketball. She kicks it into Frazier. Frazier's shot is up, and it is no good. Isabella Garrett with the rebound. Her shot is up and no good. Back over to Hobbs. Hobbs throws it in. Her pass is stolen, but she gets in there and ties it up and almost steals it back. And I think we're going to have a timeout on the floor. So, yes, so as Faith Hobbs dove back in and tied that ball up, Gaetan calls a timeout. I'm not sure anybody had possession, but we get a timeout out of it, so it's a good deal for the Lady Cardinals. So they have the time up on the clock. I can't tell exactly what we've got left here in the third because they've put the timer for the timeout up there. So we've got 5:20 remaining here, according to Mayor Hobbs. He is sitting over to my right a little ways doing the book, so he's been helping me with the stats. And so 5:20 remaining here in the third. Eunice leads 18-36. We'll be coming out of the timeout. It'll be Eunice basketball. So Eunice has the ball over here about free throw line extended on the sideline. Faith Hobbs will be inbounding the ball. She throws it into Caballero. Caballero back to Hobbs. Hobbs for three, and it is no good. Hagerman comes down with the rebound. They attack off the drive. Their shot is up and no good. Patron rebounds. She attacks. We have a no call there under the rim as Hobbs went up. There was a lot of contact, no call. Her shot is no good. Hagerman rebounds. They kick it ahead out the other way. And a shot from Gomez is up for three. It is off the rim and no good. It is going to be Cardinal basketball. So Eunice will throw the ball in on the baseline. They kick it over to Patron. Patron back to Hobbs. Hobbs over to Caballero. Caballero back to Hobbs. Hobbs throws it long down to Frazier. Frazier tries to throw it into Garrett, but it is stolen away. Hagerman now starts back the other direction. Villa crosses half court with it. She kicks it back up to Olivas. Olivas over to Gomez. Gomez out to Villa. Villa dribbles, drives over the top of the key. She kicks it out to Olivas. Olivas dribble drives. Caballero stops her. She kicks it out. Frazier guarding Villa. Villa over to Gomez. Gomez with the dribble drive. She kicks it out to Olivas. Olivas' shot is up and no good. Gomez with the rebound and the putback. It is no good. Patron comes down with the rebound and the ball is deflected out of bounds. They are going to say it's off of Patron. Eunice has 5 subs coming in. Rangel will come in. Jones, Castillo, Martinez, and Kiki Parker. Starting 5 will take a break here. 3:53 remaining in the third. Eunice up 18-36. Number 2, Alvidrez has the ball at the top of the key. Chloe Jones with the steal. She's off running down the floor. Her shot is up and no good. She blows the gimme layup. Hagerman pushes the ball the other way, throws a long pass, deflected, stolen by Jasmine Martinez. Parker to Rangel. Rangel with the runner. Her layup is up and no good. Ball is on the floor. We are scrambling for it, and we have a jump ball. So 2 run-out layups from the Cardinals. First one missed by Jones. Second one missed by Rangel. We now have a jump ball, and it is going to go to the Lady Bobcats. Number 32, Diaz, comes into the game for Hagerman. Chacon will have a seat. Eunice putting on some full court pressure here at this point. They have a wide open Gonzalez in the corner. She picks the ball up and runs half court. Kiki Parker plays some Olay defense there, and Castillo with the steal, but then it is stolen back, and they're going to call a jump ball. So we have a jump ball on the floor. It's 18-36. Eunice in the lead here. 3:19 remaining in the third. Jones will inbound the ball. She inbounds it to Rangel. Rangel will cross timeline. Rangel kicks it over to Martinez. Martinez with a crossover back to Rangel. Rangel pulls up and shoots it from the top of the key just inside the three-point line, and it is good. So Rangel with a nice bucket there. Eunice puts on the full court press here. Gonzalez crosses Parker over, drives down the court, and throws it out of bounds. So it is now 38-18. Eunice up 20, 2:52 remaining here in the third. Rangel playing the point guard. She brings the ball across the top of the key. Ball's deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay in possession of the Cardinals. We got Kiki Parker throwing the ball in. Here comes the inbounds play. Parker to Rangel. Rangel over to Jones. Jones's little runner is up, and it is good. That makes it 42 for the Lady Cardinals. 42-18. 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Hagerman crosses half court. They dribble drive from the top of the key. Number 1, Villa, pulls up and shoots from the free throw line, and she knocks it down. It's now 20-42. Jones brings it across half court. She kicks it to Martinez. Martinez on the dribble drive. Her shot is up and no good. Parker with the rebound, and Parker shoved out of bounds. And the ball goes over to the Lady Bobcats. So Kiki Parker gets shoved out of bounds, and the ball goes over to the Bobcats. Bobcats will have the ball. Eunice up, putting on the full court pressure here. Hagerman gets the ball in. Maribel Lopez with the steal, but then she double dribbles. So a great steal there by Maribel Lopez, but then she double dribbled with it. So that'll give the ball back over to the Lady Bobcats. Eunice in the full court pressure again. Chloe Jones with the steal. Her shot is up and no good. Hagerman with the rebound. They kick it out to number 1, Villa. Villa on the run out. Her shot is up and no good. Maribel Lopez in there battling for the rebound. She doesn't get it. The shot is up again and no good. Kiki Parker now grabs the rebound. She throws it ahead. Chloe Jones comes up with the ball in the scramble. She throws up a shot that is no good. Chloe Jones comes down with her own rebound. She throws it in to Lopez. Lopez loses it, but Rangel picks it up. Rangel's shot is up and no good. Over to Martinez, whose shot was up and no good. Rangel with the steal in transition from the Lady Bobcats. She dribble drives to attack. She kicks it over to Lopez. Lopez's shot is up and no good. Rangel had the rebound. She loses it. Chloe Jones comes up with it. And Chloe Jones is fouled as she goes up with the shot. 38.13 remaining here in the third. 20-42. Eunice in the lead. Jones will go to the free throw line. And that was quite a transition back and forth. I'm going to be hoarse when this one's over. So Chloe Jones gets the ball at the free throw line. She takes a few dribbles. Her shot is brought to you by Eunice Public, by the city of Eunice, because they don't deliver. And so that one didn't deliver. It's no good. So this one will be brought to you by the Eunice Public Schools. They typically deliver, so let's see if Jones and the Eunice Public Schools can deliver on this free throw. It is good. So the Eunice Public Schools deliver there on that free throw. 38 seconds remaining. It's 43-20. Hagerman quickly kicks the ball down floor, trying to attack. Hagerman swings it around to the top. Villa with the ball at the top of the key. Her three-pointer is up. And it looked like she was shooting that over to Dexter or something because it wasn't going toward the rim. It went out of bounds. 20-43, 25 seconds remaining here in the third. Jones throws it ahead to Martinez. Martinez back to Rangel. Rangel over to Maribel Lopez. She crosses between two defenders. Her shot is up and no good. Kiki Parker out there battling for the rebound, but the ball goes out of bounds. 10 seconds remain here in the third. A lot of stoppages in this game, so this game is taking a while. Ball comes inbounds for the Lady Bobcats. They cross half court with it. Number 23, Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to throw it up to the top. Chloe Jones with the steal. She heaves up a shot at half court at the buzzer. So her shot at the buzzer was no good. She did get a steal. It looked like she was tackled at half court, but there was no call there by the officials. I guess they didn't see the contact or thought maybe it happened after the buzzer. I'm not real sure which, but anyway, there was no call there. So that'll end the third quarter. There will be one quarter remaining. Eunice leads 43-20. Looks like the 5 that was on the floor is going to go over and take a break. Looks like we'll have a new 5 coming out during this quarter. As far as team fouls go, it looks like both sides are setting at 2, so not as many team fouls called here in this half so far, which is a good thing. We go back to that whole theory on letting them play and the clock running, and I think here today that would probably be the theory here in this second half. I think that first half took longer than everybody in here thought they wanted it to. So here we go. We are getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Eunice in control, 20-43. Want to make sure we thank our sponsors, Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer and staff, Eunice Health Clinic, the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Zia Auto, and Cardinal Hardware. Ashley Myers, all of you folks down there, we appreciate you so much. Okay, so here we go. 8 minutes remaining in this game. We start the fourth quarter. Hagerman throws the ball in. They cross half court with it. They kick it over to Gomez. Gomez back over to Olivas. Olivas back to Gonzalez. Back to Gomez. Up top to Olivas. Back over to Gomez. And Olivas with a 3. She drains a 3 from the top of the key. That makes it 23-43 in favor of Eunice. Eunice's Patron brings the ball across half court. She kicks it into Garrett. Garrett out to Frazier. Frazier's 3 is up and no good. Hobbs was battling for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and that ball will go over to the Lady Bobcats. Hagerman will throw the ball in. Olivas brings the ball across half court. She's guarded by Frazier. She kicks it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez for 3. Her 3 is no good, but it is rebounded there by Hagerman. Hagerman's shot is up, and it's rebounded by Hagerman again, and another shot. Patron comes down with it. Patron throws it ahead to Frazier. Frazier throws it into Hobbs. Hobbs back to Frazier. Frazier's shot is up, and it is short. There's a scramble on the floor for the basketball. Isabella Garrett dives down there between 2 Hagerman Lady Bobcat defenders, and the ball is tied up. So, the ball is red ball. Our team's headed to the other end, and it's our ball, so we should be throwing it in out there at the 28-foot mark on the left side. Faith Hobbs will be throwing it in. Frazier pops up high. Caballero out to the wide to the wing. The ball comes into Caballero. Caballero with the dribble drive. Her shot is up, and it is blocked, but she is fouled. So she will go to the free throw line. 6:44 remaining here in the game. Caballero will go to the free throw line. Once again, she hurt an ankle last night, so she's been a little tender on that ankle today. She has not been her normal self here, but she is playing, and I'm sure she didn't want to miss this one being her final senior game here for these Lady Cardinals and this basketball team. Her first free throw is up and no good. She dribbles it around. She's getting ready for the second one. Her second free throw is up and no good. It is deflected out of bounds. Garrett was in there battling, and Hagerman knocks it out of bounds. So Eunice will get the basketball back on the baseline. Faith Hobbs to throw it in. She throws it up high to Garrett. Garrett comes down with it, but then she travels. So the ball was thrown a little high, but when Garrett grabbed it, she looked like she was leaning over off the edge of a wall or something, and she stepped out, took an extra step, and the ball goes over to the Bobcats. So Olivas brings the ball across half court for Hagerman. She kicks it over to Nassis. Nassis back to Olivas. Olivas over to Villa. Villa over to Gomez in the corner, who shoots a three, and it is good. So Hagerman on a little run here, and now Eunice throws the ball away, but then Hagerman travels after they steal it. So in all year Lady Cardinal fashion, a couple of turnovers and a couple of transition threes from Hagerman, and now it's 26-43. So Hagerman is not going away here, and although Eunice has had an opportunity to put him away a couple times, they just kind of hang around. And so we're sitting at what looks like about 17 right now, I believe. So 17-point lead for the Cardinals. But we've give up 2 threes back-to-back on transition trips. One from up top, one over on the wing. So Coach Gaetan calls a timeout. Could be his last timeout from the sideline for the Cardinals as their Lady Cardinals basketball coach, as he is headed to retirement. We will miss his entertaining comments and accent and all that good stuff that he's always been known for. 26-43. Eunice in the lead here. We are almost midway through the fourth quarter. 6 minutes remain here in the fourth. Eunice will have the ball on the sideline. Hobbs throws it into Frazier. Frazier takes one dribble, throws it over to Caballero. Caballero dribbling the ball up at the top of the key. She goes to the left side, throws it into Hobbs. Hobbs backs it out, starts to shoot it, and then she steps out of bounds. So Hobbs with the turnover. Once again, I believe we're chasing 30 here. Our average for the year is 30 turnovers a game, and we are on path for today's game to have 30 turnovers again. So 5:50 remaining here in the game, 43-26. Hagerman's Olivas brings the ball across half court. She kicks it into the middle. It goes back over to Olivas. Olivas over to Villa. Villa throws it into the corner. They go down to the post. The post turnaround shot is up and no good. Garrett with the rebound, and she gets leveled. So she goes to the floor. 5:30 remaining here in the fourth. She's fouled by Chacon. Hobbs throws the ball into Patron. Patron brings the ball across the half court. 5:26 remaining here in the game. Over to Caballero. Olivas puts pressure on Caballero. Caballero back to Hobbs. Hobbs throws it toward Garrett, but it goes out of bounds. So there's another turnover. That's 3 straight trips, 3 straight turnovers for the Lady Cardinals. 3 straight trips, 3 straight turnovers for the Lady Cardinals. 5:11 remains here in the game. 26-43. They kick it over to Gomez. Gomez pulls up and shoots and scores. So Hagerman now is on an 8-0 run. 28-43. We kick it over to Caballero. Caballero dribbles the ball over the top of the key. Caballero turns and reverses drives it back over the top of the key, and then she makes a pass that gets deflected out of bounds. So it's 28-43. Ball goes out of bounds. 4:44 remaining here in the game. Caballero to Patron. Patron's shot is up. It is no good. Hagerman comes down with the rebound. They kick it over to Olivas, who's going to slow it down and walk it up the floor. 4:30 remaining. Eunice with the last 5 trips with 4 turnovers and 1 shot, 1 and done. Olivas with the ball near the top of the key. Olivas to Villa. Villa to Gomez. Back to Villa. Over to Olivas. Olivas' shot is up and no good. Eunice will get the possession as the ball's deflected out of bounds. 4:11 remaining. We are halfway through the fourth quarter in the final game of the season. 4:10 and ticking, 28-43. Rangel brings the ball across half court. Rangel to Caballero. Caballero stands and holds it. Caballero to Garrett. Garrett to Frazier. Frazier's going to take a 3. Her 3 is no good. Out to Olivas. Olivas to Gomez. Gomez with the dribble drive. She does a spin move, throws the shot up, and it is good. Hagerman on a 10-0 run here. Caballero dribble drives and she turns it over. That is 8 turnovers for the Lady Cardinals in the last 10 trips. So 8 turnovers and 10 trips. We've got 2 shots on goal in the last 10 trips with 8 turnovers. 3:27 remaining here in the fourth. Hagerman clawing back into this ball game. It's now 43-30. 3:20 and ticking. Gonzalez kicks it over to Gomez. Gomez tries to throw up a 3. She's blocked by Rangel. Rangel over to Caballero. Caballero to Jones. Jones dribble drives, kicks it over to Caballero. Caballero to Rangel. Rangel with the dribble drive. She throws it down to Martinez. Martinez's shot is up and it is no good. Number 23, Gonzalez, drives the length of the court. The ball rolled a lot as it was going. The ball goes out of bounds, and we're going to say it goes over to the Bobcats. So Eunice in the last 3 minutes with 8 turnovers, 2 one-and-dones, 30-43. Hagerman has crawled back into this ball game here. We got up at one point, 18 or 20 points, and then kind of went to sleep. I think we all thought the game was over and we could cruise to our last game of the season, and Hagerman is not wanting their season to end the way it was looking, and so they have clawed back into this ball game. So 30-43. We are at a timeout here. It's a full timeout that's on the floor. While we've got this full timeout, we want to thank some of our sponsors that has made this happen for us all year long. Brett and Penny Parker, Parker Energy Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer and staff, Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Elma Romero, Nikki Blevins, Brian Henning, Aaron Pascal, Yachty Frank, and all the staff. The City of Eunice, Mayor Hobbs sitting over here doing the books right now beside me. Thank you guys. Eunice Public Schools, Zia Auto, the Whitmire family, Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, thank you guys. 2:47 remaining here in the game. Eunice is going to throw the ball in. Hagerman is going to throw the ball in. They kick it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to the other Gonzalez. Gonzalez double dribbles at the top of the key, and so that'll turn the ball over to the Cardinals. So Eunice will now get the ball. They throw it in. Jones throws it into Rangel. Rangel brings the ball across the top of the key. Rangel over to Jones. Jones with the dribble drive. Her shot is up and no good, but Kiki Parker with the rebound and the putback. Great rebound and putback there by Kiki Parker, and as she's running down the floor, she tripped over the H that's drawn there at midcourt and falls down. So 45-30. Eunice up 15 now. Gonzalez with the ball for the Bobcats. She throws it over to Acosta. Acosta back to Gonzalez. Over to Narcisse. Narcisse dribbles. She throws it across over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez out to Acosta. Acosta tries to throw it down low, and Jasmine Martinez is there to deflect the ball. 1:51 remaining here in the game. 30-45. It looks like Coach Gaetan's going to put his starters back in the game, up 15. 1:51 remaining here in the game. Eunice up 15. This is the seniors' last dance here, so we've got the 4 seniors on the floor and Chloe Jones. First shot is up by the Bobcats. It is no good. It goes out of bounds, and so the ball will be turned over to the Lady Cardinals. Hagerman jumps up in the full court press. Over to Patron. Patron back to Hobbs. Hobbs over to Jones. Chloe Jones speed dribbles down the middle. She kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier's shot is double hand blocked out into the wall. That looked like a volleyball block right there. Her shot is deflected out of bounds. Eunice will have the ball on the baseline. Faith Hobbs throws it in over to Frazier. Frazier over to Jones. Jones for 3. Her 3 is nowhere close. If she was kicking field goals, it might have went through the uprights, but it wasn't anywhere close to making it there on that three-point attempt. 1:32 remaining here in the game, 30-45. Olivas with the ball for Hagerman. She throws it into Acosta. Acosta's shot is up and no good. Faith Hobbs comes down with the rebound. Hobbs up to Frazier. Frazier's shot is up, and it is blocked, but she gets hit by Olivas on the body. So 1:16 remaining here in the game. Frazier's going to go to the line to shoot a couple. We're nowhere near 1-1 here for either team right now. So Frazier's first shot is up. It is good. She's on a two-shot foul here. Great shot there by Frazier. We'll say that shot was brought to you by Becky Nogelmeyer and the staff down at Eunice Pump and Supply. They delivered just like Frazier did right there on that free throw. She's got another one here. That free throw is up, and it is good. That free throw was brought to you by the Eunice Public Schools. They always deliver, so her second shot is up and good. Eunice now leads 47-30. 1:15 remaining here in the game. Ashley Castillo comes onto the floor. Jones has a seat. Hagerman with the ball out near half court, dribbling. Villa has the ball. She dribbles it across the center, kicks it over to a person, Miss Thomas. Frazier with the steal and the run out. Her run out layup is no good, and she gets fouled. So Frazier goes to the floor on the run out layup there. The shot was no good, but she will go to the line. Frazier jumps back up. She's a tough rascal. She goes to the free throw line. She'll get to shoot two. The senior, likely her last trip to the line in a Eunice Cardinal basketball uniform. 30-47, 51 seconds remain here. Frazier's first shot is up, and it is off the front of the rim, no good. She'll get to shoot one more. She takes a few dribbles, spins the ball up, the shot is up, and it is off the front of the rim as well. Hagerman comes down, Olivas with the rebound. She dribble drives all the way from one end, coast to coast. Her shot is up, and it is no good. Patron comes down with it. She throws it ahead to Frazier. Frazier with the run out again, and once again she is slammed as she goes up. And so she's going to go to the free throw line again. She was not going to end her basketball career with those last free throws. She wanted to go to the line and knock down a few more. So Frazier will go to the line to shoot some more free throws. 30-47, 38 seconds remaining. The first free throw is up, and it goes in. That makes it 48. 30-48, 30 seconds remaining. Frazier knocks down the first one. That free throw was brought to you by Cardinal Hardware, where they deliver. Here comes the next one. Her second free throw is up, and it is good. That'll be brought to you by the Eunice Public Schools because they deliver. 35 seconds and ticking, 30-49. Hagerman brings the ball to Gonzalez, top of the key. She dribble drive attacks. She throws it over to Acosta. Acosta's shot is up and no good. Ashley Castillo with the rebound, kicks it over to Caballero. Caballero's attacking. She throws it to Frazier. Frazier's shot is up and no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Cardinals. No, it will not stay with the Cardinals. It goes to White. So under 10 seconds remaining, 30-49. Olivas pulls up and shoots an NBA three that is no good, but she gets her own rebound and put back, and it's still no good. And that will do it. The Eunice Lady Cardinals basketball season has come to an end. They get the win here, 30-49. So Eunice finishes the season with, I believe that's going to make 4 wins on the season. They had wins over Jal, 1 win over Loving, and 2 wins here over Hagerman. So they'll end up with 4 wins on the year. I believe that makes them 4-6 or 4-7, either 4-6 or 4-7 on the season. This COVID-shortened season was kind of a crazy season, but we have come to the end of it here in Hagerman today for the for the Lady Cardinals. Mayor Hobbs is doing the book for these Lady Cardinals, so he's going to provide me with the book here. Thank you, sir, so that I can kind of give you a rundown on how things went. Denise Rangel had 8 points, Clarissa Patrone with 1, Arissa Frazier with 7, Faith Hobbs with 6, Kiki Parker with 3, Chloe Jones with 16, so Chloe Jones will be the leading scorer with 16, Isabella Garrett with 2, Kendra Caballero with 2, Jasmine Martinez with 2, and Ashley Castillo with 2. For the Hagerman Lady Bobcats, it looks like you're going to have Gomez with 7, Alvidrez with 7, and those will be your leading scorers. Gonzalez added 4, Diaz with 2, Villa with 5, and Olivas with 3. So Eunice wins here in this varsity basketball game. Good showing here for the Lady Cardinals to finish the year, something good to build on for next year. And as we mentioned, a shout out to Coach Gabe Gayton, likely his last game here in a Eunice Cardinal uniform shirt as he is retiring. And so I'm going to throw my plug in and just say that it would be good to see Eunice put a committee together and go out and try to hire a basketball coach. You know, I love the fact that they hired me years ago, and I'm definitely not in the running doing my job. I'm not allowed to do that sort of thing. I can be an assistant or something, but I couldn't do it full time. But I would love to see them advertise the position, tape applicants, and see if they can find somebody to come in here and take over and build a program. We've got a heck of a junior high group coming on, got some young kids that are ready, and just my plug for the Eunice Public Schools. I'd like to see them get out there and find somebody to be dedicated to girls basketball. And the reason that I say that is because in these small schools, so many times you end up with, like in our case, we've got a heck of a football program, and we typically go out and we hire some football coach and make him the PE teacher or whatever we're going to do, and then we fill all the positions around him, and then we look around and say, hey, does one of y'all know how to coach basketball? Good, you're the basketball coach. I recommend, and it may be for what it's worth, 2 cents or less, but I recommend we go out and look to hire a basketball coach and see if we can start building a program. I've said it for years. You know, you take, for example, the football team. The football team was one of the top 2 teams in the state this year, in my opinion, the number 1 team in the state, and they lost to Texaco. The girls' volleyball team was in the Final Four this year, losing to the eventual state champions. I can guarantee you that in baseball, our kids are going to be top 4, if not better. In girls softball, I would guess we're going to be extremely competitive. But for whatever reason, every year when you look at the numbers in basketball, boys and girls, we just don't compete at a real high level. And it's the same athletes. I mean, like Texaco, for example, they were in the state championship football game and lost to Eunice. They're going to be in the top 4 in baseball, and they're sitting at number 1, number 2 right now in basketball. And there's no reason why we can't do the same thing. It's the same athletes playing against each other in the same sports. I really believe that we could do it. It's just going to take a little bit different mentality in order to get there. So with that said, I'm going to step away here for a moment, at least for about 5 minutes, to get my voice, take a drink of water. We will get ready for this boys' basketball game that's coming up here between the Hagerman Bobcats, who are an extremely tough team, and we will get ready to face them with these Eunice Cardinals, who have much improved throughout the season and finished the season so far on a good note. So let's see what we do here. So with that said, I'm going to step off of here a minute and try to play some of our sponsors' advertisements. We'll be right back on the line. Thank you, everyone, for listening. You are here on Knollmark Broadcasting, the HobbsAmerica.com. We will be right back with you.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals. Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals. Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals. Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hagerman, New Mexico, where the Eunice Cardinals are taking on the Hagerman Bobcats. We are here in beautiful Hagerman, New Mexico, the best-smelling town in southeastern New Mexico, the home of the Alfalfa Relays, big track meet that they have here every year. And the Eunice Cardinals will be facing the Hagerman Bobcats here in what will be the final game of the season, as later today they will be announcing the 8 teams in each division that will be moving forward to this strange COVID season, adjusted, shortened, late starting basketball season that we've had here today. There are 6 districts in 2A basketball in New Mexico, and so the 6 district champions will make the state tournament, as well as 2 at-large bids. At this point, when you look through the numbers, we're sitting at about number 17, I believe, is our current ranking. And so I think in the coaches poll, the last time I looked at the coaches poll, we were sitting about 14 or 15, and then we're 17 in the Max Preps poll. So I would say that it is an extreme long shot for us to be able to get in. However, stranger things have happened. So we're saying this is the last game of the season. However, you won't know officially until a little bit later this afternoon. We've got about 2 minutes remaining here in the warm-up before we get started. I'd like to go over some of the team members that'll be here playing for these Cardinals. Jonathan Caballero, Jorge Gomez, Ovi Ontiveros, Antonio Granados, Ashton Thompson, Jorge Ontiveros, who I had on the air earlier to give a little shout out to everyone. He wanted to give a shout out to his mom, Billy Blevins, Julius Woods, Adrian Perez, TJ Martinez, Kevin Garcia, George Ortega, Marcus Tercero, and Hayden Dean, who I do not see here with the team today. I know that he had an injury that kind of shortened his season, and we wish him the best and hope he gets well. The Cardinals are coached by assistant Gary Frazier and the head coach Mason McBee, who has done a good job with these Cardinals this year. Hagerman has Sebastian Morales, Roberto De La Cruz, Abel Alvidrez, Dominic Madrano, Eli Alvidrez, Luis Velas, Jonah Bajarno, Rogelio Salazar, Ulysses Miranda, David Chacon, Eamon Gonzalez, Jose Jaramillo, and Jesus Munoz. They are coached by assistant coach Jesse Madrano, and Andrew Rodriguez will be the head coach. Once again, these Cardinals come into this game ranked number 17th in Max Preps. Number 12 is what the Hagerman Bobcats are ranked at this point. And we've got under a minute to go. Hagerman's already on the floor. Because of the strange rules with the COVID season, things are a little bit different here. There is no jump ball. We've been doing this all year. The visiting team will start off with the ball and the possession over on the sidelines, and then we alternate from that point forward. So with that said, it looks like the Cardinals are walking out on the floor. We've got Ovi Ontiveros, Marcus Tercero. Let's see here. We've got Thompson. We've got Jorge Ontiveros, and we have got George Ortega on the floor starting for the Cardinals. So Eunice has the ball. They throw it in. Jorge Ontiveros with the ball at the top of the key. He kicks it over to Ortega. Ortega's shot is up and no good. Hagerman comes down with the rebound, and they look to attack. I'm going to try to get some of these names as best I can. I don't know a lot of these Hagerman kids, so it'll probably take me the first quarter or so to start to get them down. Dela Cruz kicks it over to Armijo. Armijo with a double clutch pump fake. Ovi Ontiveros contests that. The shot is up and no good. Marcus Trocero comes down with the rebound. He kicks it ahead to Ontiveros. Ontiveros swings it over to Ortega. Ortega into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi back out to Jorge. Jorge to George. George's shot is up and good. So Eunice takes the early lead here on a shot from Ortega. Hagerman swings it back the other direction. Hagerman's shot is up by number 3, Medrano. It is no good. Eunice comes down with the rebound. Thompson brings the ball across half court. Thompson over to Ortega. Ortega then swings it out toward the sideline. It's deflected and goes out of bounds. So Eunice will get an opportunity here to throw the ball in on the sideline. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get everybody's names here. So Trocero over to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge Ontiveros' shot is up and it is no good. Hagerman with the rebound coming back the other direction. Dela Cruz brings the ball across half court. He has it at the top of the key. He kicks it over to number 3, Medrano. Back to Dela Cruz. Over to Velas. Dela Cruz with a long NBA range three-pointer is no good. Munoz with the rebound. He loses it. It's over to Ontiveros. Ontiveros over to Thompson. Thompson dribbles the ball at the top of the key. He's over to Trocero. Trocero back to Thompson, who's into Ontiveros. Jorge Ontiveros with a shot that is up, and it is good. So Eunice leads 4-0, 5:30 remaining here in the first. Eunice with the early lead. Dela Cruz brings the ball across half court for the Bobcats. Over to Medrano. Medrano back to Dela Cruz. Over to Medrano. Over to Armijo. Back up to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz pump fakes at the top of the key, and he kicks it out to number 5, Velas. Velas over to Medrano. Medrano drops it into Armijo. Armijo's turnaround jumper is up, and he hits the back of the rim, and that's it. Jorge Ontiveros with the rebound, and he drives in transition, and his shot is up and good. Jorge Ontiveros with 4 points here early. Eunice leads 6-0. Under 5 minutes remain here in the quarter. Dela Cruz brings the ball to the top of the key. He pump fakes, dribble drives, kicks it out to the side. Back over to Medrano. Medrano back to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz to Medrano. Medrano into Armijo. Armijo drives through. Ovi Ontiveros challenges his shot, and he shuffles his feet and travels. So that's going to be a turnover. The ball will go over to the Eunice Cardinals. They are up 6-0. 4:40 remain here in the first quarter. We are almost halfway through this quarter. Ontiveros gets it into Thompson. Thompson walks it up the floor. Thompson with the crossover dribble over to Ortega. Ortega attacks, kicks it into Ovi Ontiveros. Great pocket pass there by Ortega. That was a really nice pass there by George Ortega. He drops it into Ontiveros. Ontiveros attacks the basket, and he is fouled. So Ovi Ontiveros will go to the free throw line. 4:29 remaining here in the first quarter. Ovi dribbles it around. His first shot is up, and it is good. Ovi Ontiveros gets on the board here. Number 23, the junior, gets 1 point here. Eunice up 7-0. 4:29 remaining in the first. His second shot is up, and it is good. So he knocks down 2 free throws today, or here in this first setting to the line. Those free throws were brought to you by Parker Energy Services. They will deliver for you just like Ovi Ontiveros did right there. 4:20 remaining in the first. Eunice up 8-0. They kick it over to Chacon, and Chacon travels. Jorge Ontiveros had a steal, but they called Chacon for the travel first. So Eunice inbounds the ball to Thompson. Thompson, the freshman, brings it across the timeline. Thompson picks up his dribble. He's stuck. He gets it out to Ortega. Ortega's going to go into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros with a spin move and a fadeaway. And it did not go in. It didn't find any iron or anything. Hagerman with the rebound. They get it up to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz brings it across the timeline. He's directing his offense. He kicks it over to Chacon. Back over to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz up to Morales. Morales back over to Chacon. Chacon kicks it out to Barano. Barano back over to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz for three, and it is no good. Ball's batted around. Number 44, Armijo, comes down with it. He goes back up with a shot. Ovi Ontiveros with a tip on that. Jorge Ontiveros drives through. He kicks it over to Ovi Ontiveros. Jorge back to Marcus Tercero, whose shot was blocked. 3:17 remaining here in the first. Eunice up 8-0. Hagerman's Dela Cruz crosses the timeline. He gets it up to Morales. Morales to Barano. Barano back to Dela Cruz at the top of the key. Dela Cruz over to Morales. Morales inside to number 10, Barano, who drops it into Armijo, who tries to turn around jump. Ovi Ontiveros challenges him. He misses the shot. The rebound goes over to Thompson. Thompson to Cicero. Thompson now dribble drives from the left wing. Good defense there by Dela Cruz. They kick it back up to Ovi Ontiveros, who kicks it over to Jorge Ontiveros. The Ontiveros connection. Jorge's at the top of the key, and he gets hammered. Chacon hit him like a hammer hits a nail, just reached up there and slapped him a little bit. 2:38 remaining, or 2:31 remaining here in the first. Eunice with the basketball on the sideline. They throw it into Thompson. Thompson will bring it across the midline. Thompson over to Ontiveros. Ontiveros over to Ortega. Ortega up to the other Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros with the dribble drive kicks it out to Tercero. Tercero's in trouble. He's trapped. He picked up his dribble. He kicks it out to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge Ontiveros drives, kicks it over to Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros' shot is no good. There's a fight for the rebound between Ontiveros, Ortega, and a couple of Bobcats. The ball goes out of bounds. 2:03 remaining here in the first. Eunice up 8-0. Dela Cruz will bring the ball across the timeline. Kevin Garcia goes to the scorer's table for the Cardinals. Dela Cruz over to number 10, which is Barano. Barano over to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz over to the corner to number 10, Barano, who pulls up and hits a nice, look like a left-handed jumper three-pointer that is good. That makes it 8-3, 1:37 remaining here in the first. Thompson over to Ontiveros for Eunice. Jorge Ontiveros has the ball up top. Chacon slaps it away from him. Ontiveros gets it back. 1:21 remaining here in the quarter. Thompson with the ball out on the wing. He has it poked away from behind. Morales with a wide open runner layup. He drops it in. That makes it 5-8. Marcus Tercero inbounds the ball to Jorge Ontiveros. He throws it over to Ortega. Ortega into Ovi Ontiveros, who kicks it out to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge Ontiveros pulls up and hits the three. Nice shot there by Jorge Ontiveros. That makes it 5-11. 45 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Dela Cruz brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to Barano, who hit a three earlier. Dela Cruz gets it back. They end up with the ball in the corner to Barano again. His shot is up and no good. Jorge Ontiveros crosses him up, brings it down half court, but then throws it long, and it's a turnover on behalf of the Cardinals. Marcus Tercero is going to get a sub. He steps out. Kevin Garcia, number 3, the freshman, steps onto the court. So we've got 3 freshmen on the court now for the Cardinals. 25 seconds remaining here in the quarter. 5-11. Number 2, Alvitres, brings it across half court. He throws it into Chacon. Chacon pump fakes, dribble drives, kicks it over to Morales. Morales to the corner to Barano, who shot a 3 from the left corner. He's already made one from the right corner. We have a foul called on number 5. That's going to be Let me look. That's George Ortega that they called that foul on. Looks like it's going to be a shooting foul, so that's going to send Hagerman to the line. Looks like Gonzalez will go to the line for the Bobcats. He dribbles it around. His first shot is up, and it hits nothing but the rim. So it is no good. It rattles out. 10:52 remaining here in the first. 5-11. Eunice in the lead. Gonzalez will take his second free throw. It is up, and it hits nothing but the bottom of the net. So that makes it 6-11 in favor of Eunice. Thompson brings the ball across the timeline. He kicks it over to Ortega. Ortega with the dribble drive, has it batted away, but he picks it back up, throws up his shot, and it is no good at the buzzer. That's going to make it 6-11 at the end of the first. Eunice leads 6-11. Pretty good quarter there for the Cardinals. I'm going to see if I can step away for a word from our sponsors here for a minute. I'm trying to learn all this equipment. It's the first time I've had to operate it all by my lonesome. So
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice has a
all right, welcome back here to beautiful Hagerman Bobcat Arena. Hagerman, New Mexico, the best smelling town in all of southeastern New Mexico. We are here today, Eunice versus Hagerman, here in the last regular basketball game of the season. Hagerman will have the ball, throwing the ball in at half court. Eunice leads 6-11. They get the ball in for the Bobcats. They bring it to the top of the key. Kick it over to Barano, who's already made 1-3. He kicks it over to Chacon. Got a little weave going at the top of the key. They kick it back into Chacon, and Chacon goes up and over Oviantaveros and finishes there to cut the Eunice lead to 8-11. Eunice brings the ball down. They get it to Thompson at the top of the key. He goes over to Ortega. Ortega almost has the ball taken away. He gets it into Garcia. Garcia over to Ovi Ontiveros. Great pass there by Garcia, the freshman. He gets it into Ontiveros, who goes up and finishes. Nice finish there by Ovi Ontiveros. Alvarez kicks it over to Chacon. Chacon over to Barano. Barano over to Morales. Morales back to number 10, Barano, who takes a runner in the paint. His shot is up and no good, but Chacon grabs the rebound. And when he tried to go back up for his putback, he was fouled. So that will send Chacon to the line here to shoot a pair. That foul was called on Jorge Ontiveros. His first shot is up and no good. I'm not sure whether we were shooting one or two. I think everybody was confused. We should have been shooting two there. So the first one was no good. We had a scramble for the rebound, but should have been a dead ball, so they'll get another one here. Eunice leads 8-13. Chacon will go back to the free throw line for Hagerman. His second shot is up, and it finds the bottom of the net, so that makes it 9-13. Hagerman continues to chip away at this lead. Jorge Ontiveros brings the ball across the timeline. He picks up his dribble, and he's kind of stuck now. And so Eunice takes a timeout to avoid the 5-second call there. 6:51 remaining here in the half. It's 9-13. Eunice in the lead. Jorge Ontiveros had crossed half court at that point, but he picked his dribble up, and to avoid the 5-second count, Coach wisely calls a timeout. So they'll get over here and talk about it a minute. I'll keep it here because it's a 30-second timeout. While we're talking about it, we want to thank our sponsors, Brett and Penny Parker, Parker Energy Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer and staff, Eunice Public Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, and Zia Auto. So thank you guys for making this broadcast possible. Eunice will have the ball on the sideline, 6:51 remaining in the half. Jorge Ontiveros throws it into Thompson. Thompson's got the ball at the top of the key, kicks it over to Garcia on the right wing. And Garcia trying to get the ball into Jorge Ontiveros, but the ball goes out of bounds. That'll be a turnover on the Cardinals. Hagerman will have the basketball. Alvidrez brings it across the timeline for the Bobcats. He kicks it over to Morales. Morales back to Alvidrez. Alvidrez over to Morales. And Alvidrez gets it back in the corner, and he shoots up a three. It is no good. He comes down with it in the scramble, gets his own rebound, drives to the basket, and kicks it over to Gonzalez, who scores for two. That makes it 11-13 in favor of Eunice. Thompson brings the ball across the timeline. He's double-teamed at the top of the key, kicks it out to Garcia. Garcia over to Jorge Ontiveros, whose three is up and no good. There's a scramble all the way to the other end of the court for the rebound, and it looks like it's going to be deflected out of bounds off of Hagerman, so that'll make it Eunice basketball. So they'll have the ball, they'll throw it in, they'll dribble it up the length of the court. Thompson crosses midline. He's picked up there at the top of the key. He gives the ball into Ovi Ontiveros. The ball slapped away from Ovi, but Ovi picks it back up, throws up a shot. It is off the front of the rim and no good. 5:50 remain here in the quarter. Hagerman with the basketball. Eunice up 11-13. De La Cruz brings it over to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back over to Barano. Barano in the corner to De La Cruz. Back over to Chacon at the top of the key. Barano gets it back at the top of the key. He dribble drives. His shot is up and no good, but he gets his own rebound. And after two or three different tips around, he ends up getting his rebound again and puts it in. So that ties the ball game up here at 13 apiece. 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Thompson brings the ball across the midline. He's picked up in transition. They kick it up to TJ Martinez, who's newly in the game. He throws it over to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge tries to throw it into Ovi, and the ball goes out of bounds off Eunice. So that'll be a turnover on the Cardinals. Hagerman will bring the ball up the floor after the turnover. De La Cruz brings the ball across the timeline. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the half. De La Cruz kicks it over to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back to De La Cruz. They end up with it out there in the hands of Barano, who throws it over to Chacon. Chacon's three is up, and it is no good. Ball is deflected out of bounds. It's going to be off of the Bobcats. So Eunice will get the ball back at the midline. They throw it into Thompson. Thompson crosses the midline. He tries to dribble drive. He throws it into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi with a nice little move, but he loses control of the basketball and turns it over. So 4:32 remaining in the half, 13-13. Eunice has been in a drought here for the last couple of minutes on the clock. They get it over to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back to De La Cruz. De La Cruz back to Barano. Barano back to De La Cruz. Up to the top of the key with Chacon. They start the weave action. Here they go again. Number 10, Barano, kicks it over to De La Cruz. De La Cruz back to Barano. Barano crosses over, pulls up, shoots a jumper. It's no good. Chacon with the rebound. Hagerman just looks like they want the basketball more than the Eunice Cardinals do. They're in there battling, and we're thinking it's just going to come to us. Luckily for the Cardinals, the ball goes out of bounds. It's off the Bobcats, so Eunice will get the ball back here. 3:59 remaining here in the half, 13-13. Jorge Ontiveros throws it into Thompson. Thompson will bring the ball across the timeline. Hagerman back in half-court man-to-man defense. They kick it over to TJ Martinez. TJ Martinez over to Jorge Ortega. Ortega's three is up and no good. There's a scramble down low for the rebound. Jorge Ontiveros comes up with the rebound, but he's fallen out of bounds. He throws it back. Hagerman gets the ball. De La Cruz brings it across the timeline. He kicks it over to number 2, Alvidrez, back to De La Cruz. Over to Barano on the left wing. He gets it over to Gonzalez at the top of the key, who tries to throw it in, and Ovi Ontiveros gets a steal, and here go the Cardinals the other way. TJ Martinez running the break. He kicks it up to Ortega. Ortega's shot is pinned on the glass. 13-13. Hagerman kicks it out long. Here they come running the other way. A Euro step, a double clutch, it spins it high off the glass. De La Cruz gets that basket to go, and he's fouled. So he'll get the and one there. That makes it 15-13, 3:11 remaining in the half. And he's going to get another one here. De La Cruz is with a nice move. He makes that, so that makes it 16-13. Eunice will now bring the ball up to court. Just over 3 minutes remain here in the quarter. Thompson with the ball at the top of the key. He kicks it over to Ortega. Ortega has the ball stolen away. De La Cruz brings the ball across the midline. He kicks it out to Barano. Barano over to Alvidrez. Alvidrez to Armijo. Armijo's shot is no good. Ortega brings the ball the other way. He kicks it over to Thompson on the drive. Thompson gets the and one off the glass, and he's fouled. They get him with the body, the freshman with the and one. So he's got a chance to tie this game right back up. He answers with his own and one. If he can make this free throw. This free throw is brought to you by Brett and Penny Parker at Parker Energy Services. They will deliver. And Thompson will deliver too. His shot is up and it is good. 2:39 remaining here in the half. It's tied back up. The freshman Thompson ties the game back up. De La Cruz brings it across half court for the Bobcats. He kicks it out to Morales. Morales back to De La Cruz. De La Cruz thinks about it, and then he shoots an NBA three that will not go in, but Armijo gets a deflected rebound and a putback. That makes it 18-16. Jorge Ontiveros brings the ball up. He gives it to Jules. Jules over to Thompson. Thompson with the dribble drive, kicks it out to Ontiveros. Ontiveros drives in traffic, kicks it out to TJ Martinez, who shoots the three, and it is good. The senior, the football hero from the bowl game with three there. Under 2 minutes remaining. Eunice now up 19-18. Yeah, they kick it in. Hagerman kicks it into Gonzalez, who drives on the shot, and they said he fouled. Yeah, the Eunice coach is upset about the no call for the travel. Gonzalez caught the ball above the free throw line. He turned. He never took a dribble. The ball never hit the floor once, and then they called him for a finish at the rim as he shot it. So he took at least 3 steps, maybe 4 steps. The ball never hit the floor, but there was no call there except the foul call. So he makes the second. Hagerman with the rebound. That's number 10, Barano. He brings it across the timeline. Number 0, Morales, kicks it over to De La Cruz, who kicks it over to Barano. Back over to Morales. Over to Armijo out in the corner. Up to the top of the key to De La Cruz, and over to Barano for a three, and he knocks it down, and you can't leave him open. He has done that a couple times today already. That makes it 22-19 with under 10 seconds remaining. And Thompson's going to be called for a travel there, or carry, so that's going to be a turnover. We've got a full timeout on the floor from Hagerman. They want to talk about it, see if they can draw up a play here. Under 10 seconds remaining, Hagerman up 3. Eunice needs a stop right here. It would not be a good idea to go into half even more down. After being ahead most of this half, the last couple of minutes have not went the Cardinals' way. So 22-19. While we're taking a break here, we'll mention that the Lady Cardinals finished their season a couple minutes ago with a win over the Hagerman Lady Bobcats. I want to thank our sponsors, Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker, Eunice Pump and Supply, Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Eunice Health Clinic, the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, and Zia Auto and the Whitmire family. Thank you guys for all that you do. Without you, we would not be able to bring you these broadcasts. So thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. All right. So here we go. 6 seconds remaining in the half. Hagerman gets the ball into De La Cruz. De La Cruz gets it over to Morales. Morales back to De La Cruz and over to number 2, Alvidrez, whose three is up and good at the buzzer. Exactly what we did not need to happen right there. He hits a three at the buzzer to extend the lead 25-19 in favor of the Bobcats. So Eunice, the last couple of minutes was just a struggle, and ends up down 6, 25-19, and we will go to halftime. I'm going to try to get my broadcast information going here. If you'll give me just a second, we'll see if we can get our advertisements playing.
And a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Okay, welcome back to Hagerman, New Mexico here, where the Eunice Cardinals trail now by 6. They led most of the half. In the last couple of minutes of that quarter, they just kind of fell apart there and ended up trailing by 6. So we've got a little over 6 minutes remaining here at halftime. I've got a couple of the Lady Cardinals that have stepped up here, and Faith Hobbs, who had an excellent season this year. She is sitting over here with me, and so I called her up here and said, "Hey, you want to talk to the people back home?" Chaves County is they are in the yellow, so they can't have fans here. So it's just me and some players and a few spectators, but very, very few. So with that said, welcome, Miss Faith Hobbs. How are you today?
I'm good.
All right, we're giving her first broadcast experience. We had Jorge Ontiveros on the line earlier, and he had to give a shout out to his mom as we approach Mother's Day. Your mother's here, but I'm sure there's somebody out there you can give a shout out to, huh?
Hi, Brett.
There you go. She gives a shout out to Brett, the brother, at home. So that's always a good thing. Another win here for the Eunice Cardinal Lady Cardinal basketball team here today. That pretty much looks like it ends y'all season for the day. Are you planning on playing some other sports?
I'm running track.
Gonna run track. All right. What's your activities on the track?
I run the 4x1 and the 4x2.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, you had a pretty dang good season. I know coming into today, you were the leading scorer on the Lady Cardinal basketball team for the year. I've been keeping up with all the stats throughout the year. And coming into today, you were leading the team. Chloe Jones was in a fairly close deal as far as to see how the stats end up for the end of the year, but I think you're going to be right there for sure in the hunt. You had a good season. It was your senior season. How'd you feel about your season?
It was short, but I feel like we did all right.
Well, that's good. That's good. So I understand Coach Gaetan is gonna hang it up after this year. He's gonna add to the group that's of the retirees, similar to Mr. Frazier, who hung it up a couple years ago. Went and took a little time off, and then he come back. So do you have anything you'd like to say to Mr. Gaetan as he's calling it a year or a career?
Love you, bestie. I'm gonna miss you.
All right. Do you have any other thoughts? Anything you want to tell us here today?
Here you go. Tell your mom. Arissa says hi.
Okay,
But
so
she doesn't want to say it out loud.
we got Arissa Frazier here as well. That's two of our seniors that are on the team. Kendra Caballero is here. She's got to give a shout out to, Miss Frazier here's got to give a shout out to her mama, Juana, who's at home. Miss Caballero, you got anything for us today?
Hi, Nancy and Rosendo and Chloe.
All right. So it's always fun to get some of these young ladies or young players up here on the line. Basketball game, the boys in this first half.
Kind of giving me a heart attack. I hope that they pull it out.
I've called them the cardiac Cardinals most of the year because they're giving me cardiac issues. They seem to just play to the level of competition, and when they're playing great competition like JAL, they play right there with them. When they play teams that aren't quite as good as JAL, they play right there with them too. So they've got to pick it up, and they started out the game amazing, and we're up good. In fact, I think at one point it was 8-0,
Yes.
and now we trail by 6 at halftime. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, not really.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm going to send it back over to our advertisement group for just a few minutes. We got about 2:30 remaining here in the half. Both teams are coming back out and getting started with their warm-up. So we'll be right back on the line. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate you, and you had a great season this year.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hagerman, New Mexico, the best smelling town in all the land of enchantment. It always smells real good down here. I think they have a lot of cattle and hay, alfalfa, that sort of thing that grow down here, so it always has an interesting smell. Most people come to Eunice and think it smells bad down there because of the oil and gas, but up here it smells like a different type of material, and we'll leave it at that. With that said, we got a great basketball game on hand. Eunice jumped out to an early 8-0 lead, but the wheels kind of fell off there at the end of the quarter, lost momentum. Hagerman was able to transition, hit a big three right at the buzzer, and they now lead by 6, 25-19. We've got under a minute to go. Some of the numbers for that first half: Ovion Taveros has 4, TJ Martinez with 3, George Ortega with 2. Jorge Ontiveros leads the scores for the Eunice Cardinals with 7. Unfortunately, he also has 2 fouls, so we definitely don't need him in foul trouble. For the Hagerman Bobcats, Jonah Barano, he has hit 2 threes and then another shot just inside the 3, so he has 8. He leads their team. Sebastian Morales with 2, Roberto De La Cruz with 3, David Chacon with 3, Amen Gonzalez with 4, and Jose Armijo with 2. David Chacon is the only player with any type of fouls on the Hagerman side. He has 2. So with that said, we're getting ready to start the second half. Eunice and Hagerman both are already out on the court. The referees just picked up the basketball over here at the scorer's table, and it looks like we will be starting here real soon. 25-19, Eunice trails by 6 as we begin to start the third quarter. Eunice's Jorge Ontiveros will throw it in. Thompson is out on the floor with him. Marcus Tercero, Ovi Ontiveros, and George Ortega are on the floor. Thompson gets the ball, brings it across half court. He throws it out to Ortega. Unfortunately, the ball was number 10, Barano, jumped out into the passing lane. The ball goes out of bounds. So fortunately for the Cardinals, they'll get it back. Thompson gets the ball in. Starts to the top of the key. He kicks it out to Marcus Tercero. Marcus Tercero into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros back out to Tercero. Tercero's shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound Chacon. Chacon gets the ball over to De La Cruz. De La Cruz walks the ball across half court. De La Cruz over to Barano. Barano out to Morales. Morales up to Armijo. Armijo back to Barano. Got a little weave action going at the top. It ends up in the hands of De La Cruz over in the corner, who gives it to Armijo. Back out to De La Cruz. De La Cruz with the dribble drive. His shot is up and no good, but Chacon gets the rebound. His putback is deflected by Ovi Ontiveros, and Armijo comes down with the rebound, but Jorge Ontiveros ties him up. The ball will go over to the Bobcats on the baseline. They throw the ball in to Barano. Barano drives in traffic. He kicks it out to De La Cruz. De La Cruz's three-pointer is up. It is no good. Ovi Ontiveros comes down with the rebound. He kicks it out to Marcus Tercero. Marcus Tercero over to Jorge Ontiveros, who will bring it across the midline and allow the offense to set up. Jorge Ontiveros throws it across to Ortega, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's another turnover on these Eunice Cardinals. 6:50 remaining here in the third quarter. 25-19, De La Cruz brings the ball across the timeline for the Bobcats. They kick it into Chacon at the free throw line. Out to Morales. Morales' three is up and no good. And Armijo for Hagerman is going to go over the back of Jorge Ontiveros. That'll be a foul, and that'll give the ball over to the Cardinals. Hagerman appears to be set up in a three-quarter court press here. They're going to try to trap the basketball on the wings. They get it into Ontiveros. Ontiveros swings it across to Thompson. Thompson to Tercero. Tercero with the dribble drive tries to dump it into Ontiveros, but the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats. Eunice will get the basketball on the baseline. Marcus Tercero goes over to take the ball in. He'll be throwing it in. The rest of the team is in a stacked line. They kick it out to Jorge Ortega. He throws it into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi with a dip up and under, kicks it back out to Ortega. The ball is rebounded by Chacon and kicked ahead. De La Cruz finishes in transition with a miss. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson has it batted away by Chacon. Chacon looked like he was going to try to dunk it. Tercero and Ortega met him at the rim, knocked him down. He wasn't able to finish. They called that foul on Ortega. So that'll send Chacon to the line. 6:09 remaining here in the third. 25-19. Hagerman with the lead. Chacon, the leading scorer. Or no, he's not the leading scorer. He goes to the line. He knocks down the first one. That'll make it 26-19. He'll have another one, so he gets back to the line. They hand him the ball. He dribbles it, spins it around, stares at it a couple seconds, throws it up. His second shot is up and good. That's 27-19. 6:09 remaining. Thompson brings the ball in over to Ontiveros. Ontiveros back to Thompson. Thompson over to Tercero. Tercero gets trapped in the corner, but he gets it out to Thompson. Thompson down to Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros kicks it out to his cousin Ontiveros, whose shot is off the rim and no good. Chacon comes down with the rebound. They throw it ahead, and the ball goes out of bounds. Some great hustle there by the Bobcats, but the ball goes out of bounds. 5:44 remaining. The ball will be turned over to Eunice, 27-19. Eunice's freshman Thompson will bring the ball across the midline. He kicks it over to Ortega. Ortega has the ball batted away, but he gets control, kicks it back over to Thompson. Thompson into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros goes up. His shot is deflected, but he gets his own rebound, and then he goes back up again, and this time he's fouled. So Ontiveros will go back to the line, 27-19. 5:25 remaining here in the third. Ovi Ontiveros is perfect from the free throw line today. I probably jinx him, but we'll say this is brought to you by Eunice Public Schools, where they deliver, and they did deliver on that free throw. He knocks it down. That makes it 27-20. Ovi Ontiveros will go to the line for another one. This free throw will be brought to you by Brett and Penny Parker and Parker Energy Services. They deliver, and they did not deliver right there. The ball goes over to the Bobcats. 5:21 remaining here in the third. Burano with a step-through Euro step move. The shot is no good. There's a battle for the rebound underneath. They call a jump ball. That jump ball will go in favor of the Cardinals, so Eunice will get the ball. Thompson brings it into Ontiveros. Ontiveros back to Thompson. Thompson back to Ontiveros. Ontiveros back to Thompson. Thompson over to Tercero. Tercero back out to Thompson. Thompson into Ovi Ontiveros, who's fouled. Yeah, so Ovi Ontiveros with the post-up move. Chacon reached around and fouled him. That should be at least 3. Yeah, that's 3 on Chacon, so that'll send Chacon to the bench for some good Gatorade time. 27-20, 4:54 remaining here in the third. Eunice's ball on the baseline. They throw it into Jorge Ontiveros. He crosses it over, dribbles it back out to the top. They give the ball into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros with a great spin move, but the ball falls off the rim. Marcus Tercero with the rebound and a putback. It gets deflected. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Eunice's basketball. Ovi Ontiveros with a really nice post move right there. Unfortunately, the ball did not go in. It's 27-20, 4:40 remaining in the third. Ball comes into Thompson. Thompson throws up a long shot that's no good. Chacon with the rebound and a kick out down the floor for the Bobcats on the run. Jorge Ontiveros contests it. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Eunice's basketball on the baseline. Jorge Ontiveros is throwing the ball in. He throws it into Thompson. Thompson to Tercero. Tercero with the fast break. He shoots a one-handed runner that does not go in. Hagerman comes down with the rebound. Ortega steals it back. He gets fouled, but there's no call, but he gets the finish. That's 22-27. The Cards are trying to come back to life here. Okay, so Burano kicks it over to De La Cruz. De La Cruz has it in the corner. Back to Burano. Back over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez out to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back to Burano. Burano for 3. It is no good, but De La Cruz comes up with the rebound, gives it back to Burano. Wow, we had a shot there by Burano. We call a foul there on Ovi Ontiveros, who has a very clean block, but they called him for some sort of contact. I think the contact must have happened with some ghost or something, because I didn't see any body contact there. 3:47 remaining here in the quarter, 27-22. The ball don't lie, and that time it didn't. He misses that first free throw. The second free throw is up, and that ball's a liar because that one went in. 28-22, 3:47 remaining here in the third. Hagerman with some substitutions. Eunice Thompson will bring the ball across the midline. He picks up his dribble. He's kind of stuck. He kicks it into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi back over to TJ. TJ with the runner and the finish. Nice shot there by TJ Martinez. That draws the Eunice Cardinals within 4, 28-24. De La Cruz brings the ball across half court. He's dribbling up top. He kicks it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Armijo. Back to De La Cruz. Outside to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back to De La Cruz. De La Cruz with a crossover and a shot. Almost got lucky and threw it off the glass. Ovi Ontiveros with the rebound. He kicks it ahead to TJ Martinez. TJ Martinez is rumbling and stumbling down the court. Thompson finishes off the glass in traffic. Nice finish there by the freshman Thompson. That makes it 26-28. Eunice back within 2. Gonzalez with the ball, swings it across to Alvidrez. Alvidrez throws up a 3, and it is good. If we had a crowd here, that would silence the crowd, but we don't have one. So 31-26, 2:30 remaining here in the quarter. Thompson going to be called with the carry there. That'll be a turnover for the Cardinals. 31-26, 2:30 remaining here. Kevin Garcia comes into the game. Thompson's going to come over here and have some water. Hope it's not Hagerman water. 2:29 remaining here. 31-26. Hagerman brings it across. They kick it out for the three. The three is no good. Ovi Ontiveros with the rebound. He kicks it out to TJ Martinez. TJ throws it ahead to Jorge Ontiveros, who gets fouled by a small fella who jumps up and smacks him upside the head, number 2. 31-26, 2:16 remaining in the third. Eunice is going to have the ball on the baseline. TJ Martinez will be throwing the ball in. He gets it into Jorge Ontiveros. Ontiveros tries to kick it back out to Ortega, but the ball's deflected out of bounds. So Eunice will get the ball, free throw line extended over on the sideline. Jorge Ontiveros will be throwing it in. He throws it up to Garcia. Garcia picks up his dribble, gets it over to Martinez. Martinez back to Jorge. Jorge with the dribble drive, swings it cross court to Garcia. Garcia back to Jorge. Jorge with the dribble and the pump fake. He throws it across to Ovi Ontiveros, who goes up and is fouled. So Ovi Ontiveros will now go to the free throw line. Armijo fouled him. He didn't think he did. He's asking the referee about it. That's 3 now on both the 2 big men from the Bobcats, number 44 Armijo and Chacon. So Ovi Ontiveros goes to the free throw line. His first free throw is up and good. That free throw was brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply, where they will deliver just like Ovi delivered that free throw there for the Cardinals, 31-27. 1:57 remaining in the third. Ovi will have another one. This free throw is brought to you by the Eunice Public Schools, and they do not deliver. Fight for the rebound after Ovi missed that free throw, goes out of bounds. It is over to the Bobcats. Hagerman Bobcats with the ball. De La Cruz brings the ball across midcourt. He kicks it over to Morales. Morales back to De La Cruz, over to Barano. Barano back to De La Cruz, back to Barano. Barano kicks it out to number 20, that's Salazar. Hadn't called his name yet. And number 30, Gonzalez, attacks the basket, and they call a foul there on, I think that's going to be on Jorge Ontiveros. Now they called it on 21. That's TJ Martinez, so that'll be his second foul. 1:37 remaining here in the third. Hagerman's Gonzalez will go to the line. His first free throw is up, and it is no good. The ball don't lie, so that one is no good for the Bobcats. He'll get another. Number 30, Gonzalez, he's had a pretty good game here. 1:37 remaining, 31-27. His second free throw is up, and it is good. That makes it 32-27. Eunice throws the ball away on the inbounds play. Barano with the attack off the dribble. Eunice ends up back with the ball. Kevin Garcia throws it down to Ortega. Ortega finishes in traffic. That makes it 29-32, 1:15 and ticking here in the third. Back over to De La Cruz. De La Cruz over to Barano. Barano in to number 20, who I haven't seen much of this game until just now. Yeah, that's another one of those ones that I must have missed. 32-29. Ortega picks up number 2. So De La Cruz will go to the line for Hagerman. He knocks down the first one. 1:05 remaining in the third. That's 29-32. I think it should be 3, but he makes the second one. So that's 29-33 is the score that's up on the board. 1 minute remaining here in the third. Thompson brings it across midcourt. He puts the whoop-de-doo on him, throws it into Ovi Ontiveros, and there's going to be a foul called there on Gonzalez, reaching around the back. So Gonzalez will now pick up a foul. So under 1 minute to go, 34-29. Eunice has the ball on the sideline. They throw it down low to Ontiveros. Ontiveros with a dribble drive move, and he blows the down low shot. Whew. So under 50 seconds remaining, it's 34-29. They call a foul on Ontiveros there. Back over to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz back to the top. They swing it back to him again. Number 2, Alvidrez with it. Back to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz with the dribble drive, and the shot is up and no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Martinez. Martinez drives all the way down the floor. He was rode down the court like a rented mule. Looked like one of those horses at Ruidoso that you go rent and take a ride up the side of the mountain on. They were riding him down the sideline all the way. So it looks like he's going to go to the free throw line now as Eunice goes into the bonus here. 34-29, 27 seconds remaining in the third. TJ Martinez at the free throw line. That free throw is good. That free throw is brought to you by Zia Auto. Well, they will deliver you with some good auto services. TJ Martinez will deliver for you at the free throw line just like they do. 27 seconds remaining here in the third. It's 34-30 after that Martinez free throw. We have a timeout on the floor. TJ will go back to the line where he'll have the opportunity to shoot one more. Speaking of TJ, I can't say it enough times, but that man was my hero in the Eunice football game up there at the University of New Mexico Stadium. Late in the game, he put the team on his back and just ran over folks, and he had me jumping around, pumped up in the booth up there. And so he had a heck of a state bowl game or championship game, whatever they want to call it. I call it a championship game. But 27 seconds remain here in the third quarter. TJ Martinez goes back to the line. His second free throw is up, and it is good. He draws the Cardinals back within 3, 31-34. 23 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Dela Cruz brings it across the timeline. It looks like he's gonna dribble some time off and just be comfortable with taking a last shot. We're down to 10 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Dela Cruz still dribbling. He's going to dribble up. He kicks it over to Morales. Morales back to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz with the heave that comes nowhere close. 34-31 at the end of the third quarter. So as we prepare to go into the fourth quarter, Eunice trails by 3. They've cut the lead in half of what they trailed by at halftime. So Eunice in good shape. Back to within 3. Both big men from the Hagerman Bobcats have 3 fouls each, I believe. And so the strategy seems to have been to get the ball into Ovi Ontiveros and have him attack. And he's outsized down there a little bit. However, he has drawn a lot of fouls down there. So we'll see if that pays off here late in the game. Looks like we're going to have Eunice basketball. Jorge Ontiveros will be throwing it in. Kevin Garcia's on the floor. Ovi Ontiveros, TJ Martinez, and Thompson. Thompson's going to run up and play the point position. So Eunice throws the ball into Thompson. Thompson brings it across half court to start the fourth. Eunice trails by 3. Thompson dribbles it over to the wing. They drop it into Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros out to Jorge Ontiveros, whose 3 is up and no good. Kevin Garcia tries to get the rebound, couldn't pull it in. Hagerman ends up with it. 7:40 remaining. 34-31. Eunice trails. They bring it out here to Barano. Barano back to Chacon. Chacon over to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz tries the pocket pass to Chacon, and TJ Martinez steals it, and now we're coming the other way. TJ Martinez takes a runner down the lane with a double clutch that does not go in. Chacon comes down with the rebound for the Bobcats. He kicks it out to Dela Cruz, who wants to slow it down and think about it. 7:11 remaining here in the game. Hagerman with the basketball. De La Cruz over on the left wing. He kicks it back over to Burano. Burano back to Chacon. Chacon to Alvidrez. Alvidrez back to Burano. Burano up to Armijo. Armijo out to Morales, who shuffles his feet and he travels. So that'll be a turnover. Eunice will get the ball back there after a break. Under 7 minutes remaining, 34-31. Eunice throws the ball into Thompson. Thompson brings it across midcourt. Thompson does a little whoop-de-doo with the basketball. They call him for the travel. 6:46 remaining. 34-31. Eunice turns it over. Hagerman with the ball back. De La Cruz brings it across half court. 6:40 remaining in the game. Eunice trails by 3. Over to Burano. Burano throws it into Armijo. Armijo's shot is no good. Deflected by Ovi Ontiveros, but they come down with the rebound, and then Ovi picks up a steal. So that ball's going to go over to the Cardinals. Thompson's going to bring it up. Under 6:30 remaining in the game. Thompson with the dribble drive. He tries to throw a little hook pass. It's deflected in the paint. Goes over to Hagerman. Hagerman's De La Cruz brings it across midline. He kicks it over to Medrano. Medrano for 3, no good. Armijo, the big man down low with the rebound and the putback. That makes it 36-31. 6 minutes remaining here in the game. Thompson has the ball up the top of the key. He dribble attacks, kicks it out to Martinez. Martinez brings it around. They're trying to go back into Ovi Ontiveros. He puts a spin move on, pitches it over to Jorge Ontiveros, who drops it in for 2. Back to a 3-point game. 6 minutes remaining. Clock. The clock is not running. There it goes. Now we're down to 6. 5:54 remaining. 36-33. De La Cruz with the ball at the top of the key. Kicks it out to Burano. Burano over to Morales, who throws it into Armijo. Back to De La Cruz at the top of the key. His 3 is up and no good. There's a battle down low. Ovi Ontiveros comes out with the rebound. He kicks it out to T.J. Martinez. T.J. Martinez dribbles through traffic, kicks it over to Garcia. Garcia to Thompson. Thompson to T.J. T.J. throws it back door on the cut to Jorge Ontiveros. Nice cut, nice pass, nice find there by Martinez, and a nice finish by Ontiveros. That cuts the lead to 1, 35-36. Eunice back within 1. Chacon has the ball for the Bobcats at the top of the key. Thompson guarding him. He kicks it over to Burano on the left. He skips it across the court to Morales. Morales with the dribble drive. His shot is up and no good, partially deflected by Ontiveros, and Ontiveros gets the rebound. Under 5 minutes remaining. Ovi Ontiveros, of all people, brings the ball across the midline. Jorge Ontiveros now has the basketball at the top of the key. Ontiveros to Ontiveros on the pass. Ovi's Ontiveros' shot is up and no good. Chacon comes down with the rebound. He kicks it ahead to Morales. Morales back over to Burano. Burano's runner is no good. Ovi Ontiveros with the block there, partial block, and then we have Morales with the rebound, tries to put it back up. And he called 23 red, I believe, but he held up 2 fingers, so that's 22. I guess he's missing a finger. He said the words 23 red, but he held up 2 twos, showing 2 twos. So I guess his 2-2 and my 2-3 are a little different. Anyway, he called that foul on Ovi Ontiveros. That makes 3 fouls on Ovi. Morales goes to the line for Hagerman, and he misses his first free throw. So 4:30 remaining here in the game. Eunice within 1. And we've got what is shaping up to be a barn burner here. Eunice wants to talk about it. They take a full timeout. We'll keep it here. We'll keep the broadcast going. 36-35. Eunice trails by 1 after being up as much as 8 or 10 in that first quarter. In the second quarter, the wheels fell off. Hagerman went on a big run and finished out the half up 6. At the end of the third quarter, Eunice cut that lead to 3, And now here we are midway through the fourth quarter. Eunice trails by 1. While we've got a moment, we want to make sure to thank our sponsors, Brett and Penny Parker, Parker Energy Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Zia Auto, and Cardinal Hardware. Thank you guys for all that you do. We sure appreciate you. All right, so as we get ready to come out of this timeout, Hagerman will be going to the line. Morales, 4:30 remaining in the game, 36-35. Morales back to the line for his second free throw. He knocks that one down. That extends the lead to 2. It's now 37-35. Eunice trails by 2. Ontiveros brings it across the timeline. He dribbles down, pulls up, for shot is no good. Morales with the rebound for the Bobcats. Hagerman brings the ball across the timeline. Dela Cruz with the ball. He kicks it over to Barano. Barano out to Morales. Morales back to Barano. Dela Cruz picks it up after a deflection. He kicks it out to Armijo. Armijo back to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz dribbles around for a minute, then pitches it over to Barano. Barano back to Dela Cruz, over to Morales, back to Armijo in the corner. He throws it up. Ovi Ontiveros with a big block there, but they get the tip off the block and a putback, so that makes it 39-35. 3:30 remaining here in the game. Shot there by Jorge Ontiveros is up and no good. Rebound comes down to Thompson. Thompson dribbles it out over to Martinez. Martinez dribble drives and attacks. His shot does not go in, but there was a pull on the net from the Hagerman player, but no call there. 3 minutes remaining. Hagerman with the ball up 4. They throw up a 3. It almost goes in off the glass. Would have been his lucky day. Jorge Ontiveros with the rebound, and now he's running him down the floor. So once again there, Jorge Ontiveros was getting ridden like a mule up at Ruidoso on a weekend that they take tours on. Under 3 minutes remaining, 39-35. Jorge Ontiveros looked like one of those horses on the side of the mountain at Ruidoso. You can rent them and go on a little tour. He was getting rid down the floor there. He goes to the line. His first shot is up, and it is good. 36-39, 3 minutes remaining here in the game. He'll have one more. Jorge Ontiveros to the line. His second shot is up, and it is good. He buries them both. That shot, or those free throws, are brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply. They deliver. Hagerman comes down in transition, throws up a 3. It is no good. The rebound comes down to Chacon. Ovi Ontiveros blocks Chacon's putback. And it looks like it's going to be Jorge Ontiveros got that rebound, and he got grabbed on the arm, so he's going to go back to the free throw line. 39-37, under 3 minutes to go here in the game. It's a 2-point ball game. Jorge Ontiveros, who's had a heck of a season this year. I tell folks all the time, every time I would drive by the park, he's down there shooting, and it's definitely paid off for him this year. His first shot is up, and just as I say that, it is no good. Hagerman comes down with the rebound. They bring it down the floor in transition. Dela Cruz over to Barano. Barano back to Dela Cruz. Over to Alvidrez. Alvidrez to Barano. Barano's 3 is up and no good, but he gets his own rebound. Dela Cruz's shot is up and no good. Ortega almost had a steal. They kick it back out to Dela Cruz. The shot is up, it's no good. Jorge Ontiveros comes down with the rebound, but then he gets hammered. No foul. And the shot was on the rebound and putback. They call Ovi Ontiveros for the foul. That's 4 on Ovi Ontiveros. 2:12 remaining here in the game. Eunice trails by 2. Chacon will go to the line to shoot a couple. So that first free throw is up and no good for the Bobcats. Chacon will have one more. 2:12 remaining in the game. It's a 2-point ball game. We've got a barn burner on our hands. Second free throw is up, and it is good. 40-37. Eunice inbounds the ball, 2:12 and ticking. Thompson crosses half court. He kicks it out to Ortega. Ortega to Martinez. Martinez for three, and it goes off the glass, almost goes in. Thompson battles for the rebound. We have a jump ball. It's going to go to the Bobcats. Eunice brings out the full court pressure. Thompson with the steal, but unfortunately his momentum took him out of bounds. Good hustle there by Thompson. Under 2 minutes to go. Hagerman will have the ball, throwing it in again. Eunice in the full court pressure. He traveled. There was a travel there by the Bobcats, but no call. 1:50 remaining. Now we've got a steal there by Ontiveros. Ontiveros over to the other Ontiveros, over to Thompson. Thompson dribble drives across, kicks it to TJ Martinez, who's hammered as he goes up. So TJ Martinez will go to the line. 1:39 remaining here in the game. Eunice trails by 3. TJ Martinez will go to the free throw line. He dribbles it, first shot is up, and it is good. So TJ cuts the lead to 2. Hagerman's going to call a timeout here. They want to talk about it. They're going to call a full timeout. So let me see if I can get my my equipment going here, and if I can, I'll get a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with you.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Hagerman, New Mexico, the best smelling town in the land of enchantment. We are here late in this last game of the season, or at least last game of the regular season for the Eunice Cardinals. They are taking on the Bobcats. We are at 40-38. Eunice trails by 2 with just over 1:30 remaining here in the game. Eunice's TJ Martinez is going to the line to shoot a free throw. He'll be on the free throw line. I believe he has 1 remaining. He knocked down the first one. 40-38. TJ Martinez on the line. His second free throw is up, and it is no good. Hagerman comes down with the rebound. They kick it ahead to Chacon as he crosses the timeline. He gets it back to De La Cruz. De La Cruz over to Barano. Barano back to De La Cruz, back to Barano. Barano kicks it across to Morales. Morales back to De La Cruz. They're going to waste some time here. 1:20 remaining. Back to De La Cruz, back to Barano, back up to De La Cruz. De La Cruz dribble drives, then pulls it back out. Now we go to Chacon. We got to get some pressure out here. The coaches are calling for a foul, but we're not fouling. Back over to Chacon. And then now we're going to have a foul. Alvidrez was fouled out there. So that's going to send Hagerman to the line. So Hagerman's number 2, Alvidrez, will go to the line. Hagerman's got a substitution coming. Chacon's going to step out. Armillo's going to step in. Under 55 seconds remain. Alvidrez's first shot is up, and it is good. So that makes it 41-38. Alvidrez back to the line. His second shot is up, and it is good. That's 42-38. Thompson brings the ball in, back over to Ontiveros. Ontiveros dribble drives through the middle. He kicks it out to other Ontiveros, back to Ontiveros, Ontiveros to Ontiveros. Jorge Ontiveros with the dribble drive and attack. He scores. That makes it 40-42. Eunice in the full court pressure. Armillo throws it across to Alvidrez. Alvidrez dribbling and watching the time go. Alvidrez comes up and he is fouled by Ortega. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the game. Eunice trails by 2. Alvidrez, who just made 2, goes back to the line here. 29.89 seconds remaining here in the game. Alvidrez at the line. He misses the first one, but Armijo gets the rebound for the Bobcats. They kick it out. They're running the clock now, and we've got a foul now out on De La Cruz. Thompson fouls him to stop the clock. Had no choice but to do it. We're now both in the double bonus, so we're going to be shooting 2 on every foul from this point forward. 23.81 remaining in the game. 42-40 in favor of the Bobcats. The first free throw is up. It rattles around and then did a toilet bowl spin all the way around, but it falls in. 43-40. 23.81. De La Cruz is back to the line for his second one. Eunice trails by 3. The shot is up, and it is no good. Eunice comes down with the rebound. Ortega has it. We seem to be content with bringing the ball down the floor slowly. Oh, and we throw it away. So with 15 seconds remaining in the game, Eunice turns it over, trailing by 3. Eunice is going to take a timeout to talk about it. While we're taking this timeout, once again, we want to thank these sponsors. Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Zia Auto, Cardinal Hardware. Thank you guys for all you do, and thank you for making these broadcasts possible. Without you, we couldn't do it. Eunice trails 43-40. At the midway through the first quarter, late in the first quarter, they were up as many as 10. In the second quarter, the wheels fell off. Hagerman ended up being up 6 at halftime. At the end of the third quarter, Eunice had cut that lead in half, and we're only down 3. And here we are with just seconds remaining in this game. Eunice down by 3. We've got a turnover on the Cardinals, so the ball went over to the Bobcats. We have a timeout on the floor. Hagerman's walking out onto the court. Eunice is still in the huddle. The officials are now headed out to the court. Hagerman set up for the inbounds play. Eunice is matched up here. 15 seconds remaining in the game. Hagerman throws it in and then skips it across, but a foul happened before that. He fouled out. So that'll be 5 fouls on number 5. So they're going to walk to the other end. Almost 2 seconds went off the clock in that quick play there. Hagerman's Morales goes to the line. 13.5 seconds remaining. 43-40. He misses the first one. So it's 43-40. Hagerman at the line shooting 2. Morales. He missed his first. He's going to have an opportunity here to make this a 2-possession game. He misses the second. Ovi Ontiveros with the rebound. TJ Martinez now has it. He's driving. He kicks it over to Tercero. Tercero throws up a 3 that hits off the rim. And Hagerman grabs the rebound. Eunice has to foul immediately. They call that foul on Ovi Ontiveros. I believe that'll be number 5 for Ovi. So Ovi will go to the bench with his 5th foul. Under 4 seconds remaining here in the game. Eunice trails by 3. De La Cruz will go to the line for Hagerman. So De La Cruz steps to the line. Hagerman now is going to make a late substitution. Gonzalez comes in. Armijo will come off. Once again, Eunice trails by 3. The first free throw is up, and it is no good. De La Cruz misses the first one. He'll get another one. Eunice still up by 3. His second free throw is up, and it is no good. Eunice calls a timeout. So 3.44 seconds remaining, so under 4 seconds remaining in the game. Eunice trails by 3. Eunice has the ball, the length of the court. They've got a timeout on the floor. They're going to draw up a last-second play to try to heave a 3 toward the basket. .43-40. It's going to be an interesting finish here. While we've got a minute, I'll mention sponsors again. Thank you guys for all you do. Parker Energy, Eunice Pump, Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Zia Auto, Cardinal Hardware. Thank you guys for making these broadcasts happen. Brett and Penny Parker, Becky Nogelmeyer, Leanne Reeves, Elmer Romero, Nikki Blevins, Brian Henning, Aaron Pascal, Yadi Frank, the Whitmire family, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, all of you folks that are involved in making these sponsorships happen so that we can bring these games back, especially in a game like today where we're over here in Chaves County. They're in the yellow. There's no spectators allowed in. And as you can see over there on that other side, it is pretty empty in this place. The only people that are sitting around me over here are the players from our girls team and then coaching staff, that sort of thing. It's pretty empty in this place. So 3.44 seconds remaining. Eunice has the ball on the side, about the old 28-foot mark that they used to have over here on the side. They've been drawing up a play over here for a while. There's some sort of water in front of the Hagerman bench, so they're struggling to get that cleaned up. So we have a timeout on the floor for the Cardinals. There was a bunch of water spilt right where the Cardinals were going to throw the ball in, and so that gave Hagerman an opportunity to look at the play that Eunice was about to run. So they adjusted their defense while they were wiping up water. So now Eunice wants to drop a different play and try something different here. 43-40. Under 4 seconds, we'll be on the clock. We have another timeout here. This one was only a 30, so we stayed here for sure on this one. And here we go. 3.44 seconds remain. TJ Martinez will inbound the ball. Now they've moved the inbounder down a little farther than what he was when they were cleaning up the water a while ago, but it is what it is. And the ball is intercepted, if that's possible in basketball. It was stolen away by Hagerman. So about 2 seconds ran off the clock there. There's 1.3 seconds remaining in the game. Hagerman's Morales will go back to the line. Yeah, so they'll go back to the line here. They're already up 3. The free throw is up, and it is good. That makes it a 2-possession game at this point. That's 44-40. Hagerman's going to clear all their people out of the paint and send them all to the other end. So some sort of lane violation that was called there. 1.3 seconds remaining. Eunice trails 44-40. The second shot is up, and it is no good. And we do not get a shot off. So that is the game. That will likely